WWE! I am going to WrestleMania next year! Oh yeah! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! This is awesome.
Hello everybody, welcome to the first episode of the WrestleFriends podcast. I am your host, Dylan the Dude, and with me we have our wonderful assorted panel of experts.
Hi, I'm Jibblebutts. You can find me on Xbox Live under the gamer tag Hybrid Maniac. No space.
And
Space.
And I am Deathlock. You can find me on Xbox Live via the gamer tag EIF Deathlock.
And finally, my name is EIF Brutality. Just put that in all caps for Xbox Live.
And in case you missed it with me, I am Ratluck1, lowercase r, lowercase everything else, and a 1 at the end on Xbox Live. So, today we're starting out our first episode of the WrestleFriends podcast, and this is going to be an exciting wrestling event themed show where four guys just sit in a room and just talk about wrestling events, the thing that drew us all together as close friends. Anyone?
I guess you could say that.
Yeah, I was going to say, anyone else have anything sappy to add to that?
Okay. Zappy, well, see, I was a loner, and so I found wrestling, and I was like, man, I like this wrestling, but is there anyone else like me? And then I got online, and I found this entire wrestling community on the internet. And I realized they all like wrestling just like me. And then I found these three nerds.
All right. Well, that's pretty accurate. That is fairly accurate. Well, going on this, I guess we should do a little introduction, little bios, so that they get to know the wonderful people that are Brutality, Hybrid, Deathlock, and Ratluck. I guess I'll go first.
Should we explain why we're saying fucking Xbox Live gamer tags first?
Oh yeah, sure. We can explain that. Well, the reason why we mentioned Xbox Live gamer tags is that that's the way that we all know each other primarily. I guess given a little bit of a history, the four of us met in a internet wrestling league called EIF, and through there we kind of became closer friends and began discussing more and more about wrestling and its many...
Jesus. I've never heard anything as cringy as, we all met through an internet wrestling league.
We all know each other through the internet.
Call the EIF. You can find it on leaguelineup.com/EIF.
All right. God. Oh, this is going swimmingly. This is going wonderful. This is going wonderful.
No, we're fucking drowning. We are drowning. It's fine. Keep playing it.
Yeah, we are drowning. We are going. So, I guess a little bit about Deathlock. We'll go off of this. Deathlock, how did you get into wrestling?
Well, my family has always been wrestling fans, and I was kind of brought up in household of wrestling fans, and it grew on me from a very young age.
Like what were some of the first wrestling events you can remember?
First wrestling events I can remember is Raw's War, ECW, and WCW, just a few of the main wrestling things that were televised.
So like the mainstream, like you remember the Monday Night Wars and things including that.
Oh yeah, Monday Night Wars, everything.
So what do you primarily watch now?
A tie-up between Lucha Underground, New Japan, WWE, and I will forever be a fan of ECW. And yeah.
So one of your favorite pay-per-views of all time is ECW December to Dismember, correct?
That would go near the bottom of my list.
Oh, what? You don't like? You don't like Bobby Lashley, ECW champ, or?
Oh hell no, dude!
The size of Matt Striker's penis.
The size of Matt Striker's balls. Oh man, that will be something to talk about.
He needs to wear a cup.
That will be something.
Shit.
That will be a long bout of discussion on a future episode. We'll do an entire episode just on Matt Striker's ballsack. Speaking of which, Jibble, how did you get into wrestling?
How did I get into this? Well, I'll tell you a story. There was a little boy named Jibble, and he was really into watching TV. he was scrolling through the channels. He found this thing called wrestling. Coincidentally, his family kind of liked wrestling because, hey, it was the Attitude Era. So he got into it. He found some video games for the N64. I think you might know them. They're by a company called Aki Corporation. Yeah. My first one was WCW versus NWO World Tour. And that got me into wrestling pretty hard because that game was the shit. I would play that every single day. Copy all their moves. Oh, you were Rey Mysterio and you did a 450? Well, I'm going to do a 450 off my couch.
You studied all your moves, Rey Mysterio.
I studied all them moves. But yeah, that's what I did. I studied all their moves, and I got interested into the wrestling, and I was like, man, this is cool. Let's watch WWE. And I was watching WWE, fucking double CW. It was great. Unfortunately, as soon as I started getting into WCW, it kind of... So... I was disappointed because the game was so much better. Now, this is back in, like, 97, too, so it was like... They should have been good.
In the olden days of wrestling. The old days of 1997.
The old days of 19... Oh, God. I feel old and young at the exact same time. Some old guys can listen to this and be like, man, fucking youngins, you gotta get to the golden age of 1992.
I remember the Vern Gagnes and the Stone Cold Steve Austins.
And the Hogan versus King Kong Bundy.
The Hogans and the Bundys.
The Hogan versus King Kong Bundy. He slammed in from the million Hulkamaniacs and...
I didn't know that. He sounded like Macho Man.
Ooh,
no,
yeah.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, it's fine. Whatever. Fuck. Well, how about this? We do an episode later where it's just a bunch of shitty impressions.
Bone Size ready for that idea. Anyway,
okay.
What kind of wrestling? What kind of wrestling do you watch now, Jibble? Hybrid. What do you watch now?
I actually watch lots of stuff on YouTube. It's action figures, kind of clanging and banging against each other. That's what I watch. It's called fucking IZC. Extremely super crazy wrestling. Yeah, it's a bunch of toys just fighting each other. It's pretty decent. It's better than anything WWE's putting on today.
Yeah. I hear Toy Sandman's going for the world title.
Yeah. Instead of a cane, he kind of dropped it for a pencil. But in all seriousness, gotta stop fucking around because no one's gonna like me. I'm gonna be the hated one. But fucking New Japan, Lucha Underground haven't been keeping up with that though. TNA has been doing pretty well, and NXT. Kind of been avoiding WWE Raw because they've been disappointing me very, very, very much.
So you're more of not the indies, but you're more of the worldwide promotions.
Yeah, international.
It's the international promotions.
Yeah, fucking California. I get AAA every single day.
You get Lucha Underground probably on a fairly easy to get TV station around there. And then just
I can go up the street and ask a guy. You know what El Rey is? Fuck yeah, I know what El Rey is. Orale, you gotta go on the TV and turn on El Rey. They have Lucha Underground and all my favorite novelas. I'm like, okay, thank you, Jim.
All right, and now to our last of the three guys, not including myself. Brutality. How did you get into wrestling?
Somewhat like Deathlock. My family got me into it, and then ever since then I've just been watching it. One of my favorite memories, though, is whenever I would jump off of the trampoline and try to do the Swanton Bomb and land on my head. One of my favorites.
I think we've all been there.
Yeah, I remember I would try and perfect it to the Swanton Bomb.
I remember
my head would scrape across the trampoline.
I remember I was like still really tall at the time. I was like a tall middle schooler, and I tried to do a freaking moonsault, and I ended up just like I think cracking like almost a rib just by fucking up so bad. The stupid things we did when we were children, and the stupid things we do today,
which are pretty fucking stupid.
Which are very
and
fucking
ridiculous.
stupid. So, Brutality.
That's
what do you?
Wrestling stupid as that?
Oh yeah, I know, right? That's why it's why
watching men wrestle.
It's why
Come
we're
on, no shirts.
Watching men wrestle.
Wait, not to enjoy.
Yeah, I mean, I'd rather roll
talking
around on
about
the
man
mat with
wrestling.
some UFC wrestling.
Hey, UFC's real at least.
So
What's the
It's
difference?
real men on the ground wrestling.
yeah, it's real men having butt sex.
Yeah. No.
All right, so Brutality. What kind of wrestling do you watch mostly?
I am pretty much strictly just WWE and NXT. Pretty much anything else you guys will try to get me to watch, I will pretty much give you a fuck off. That's about it.
Yeah, don't have me remind you when I tried showing them ROH Final Battle.
With guys who are currently in NXT, might I add.
With guys that are currently in NXT. It was Steen and Generico, and he was like, "This is stupid."
Who?
Yeah, who?
Yeah, he only knows Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens.
Mhm.
And Tyler Breeze.
He's gorgeous.
All right, and then for myself, I grew up in basically the same situation as you all. I grew up in a area of the country where wrestling wasn't as popular, but I still had just bits and pieces of like parts of my childhood where like I got to see wrestling and where I got to embrace wrestling. Hell, even when I was like an infant, like 2 or 3, I had this batshit crazy uncle who would just start putting me in like figure fours and fucking random other submissions as like a little toddler. So I have like an extremely high pain tolerance now because of like, I'm gonna put you in an arm bar. I think you just broke my arm. Shut up, you're a baby.
See,
okay.
I'm imagining you, because you're like, man, I was taller than middle school, so I'm imagining this giant-ass toddler getting put in, like, fucking figure-4 leg locks and arm bars and shit. This really fucking huge, 7-foot-tall toddler's like, oh, I'm a baby! Oh, no! You know.
But help me! Oh, Mr. Bill!
Shut up, you're getting put in a figure-4!
Oh, no!
What's that? Woo!
Reminds me of like the Cutting Edge, where Ric Flair gets cut off on the fucking freeway. That's what it reminds me of.
Woo!
And you're wearing Ned's shirt. What a good guy.
God, what I would do to have the ability to cut off Ric Flair in traffic. Anyway.
What I would love to do to cut off Ric Flair from alcohol.
Ooh.
What I would love to do is to get chopped by Ric Flair after pulling out in front of him.
That turned into a slightly dark and then slightly lighter tone of like, I want to get him away from drugs. I just want to get hit by him. Anyway, going back, regardless, I'm primarily WWE and US indie companies. However, I will branch out to like Lucha Underground, AAA, and New Japan if I ever hear of a really good show. But they're not companies that I will just casually kind of get into. I mean, ROH, TNA, WWE, CZW, companies like that are the ones I follow a bit more strictly. But definitely things I still watch today are like NXT is one of I think NXT is the one thing the four of us can all perfectly agree on as being like the current wrestling product that is to watch.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Like that's the
followed
one thing.
By that is followed by that's New Japan on Access TV.
Brutality, will you watch New Japan?
If you guys force me to, then I guess I will have to.
But
you better fucking watch it.
All right, well then I guess no, he will not watch it. So Deathlock, saying that you grew up with ECW, WCW, and you still watch WB to this day.
Yeah.
Who are some of your favorite stars today? Who are your guys? The Deathlock guys.
As of today or in the past?
Like now, like in the current, like in the now.
Today, I know I'm going to get shit from Brutality and Hybrid, but I've been a fan of Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, the guys with hidden potential, and some of them that show the potential. Then you got guys like down in NXT like Finn Balor, Sami Zayn, back whenever he was still with it, which it's been a few weeks now since he's been released, CJ Parker.
Oh yeah, my boy CJ Parker.
Yeah.
WWE World Champion for future WWE World Heavyweight Champion.
That never made it to the main roster, but it's sad. It really is a sad situation. Other guys, the Lucha Underground and all that. I enjoy seeing Conan walk his fat ass out to the ring every once in a while. Of course, you got Alberto Del Petron.
Johnny Mundo.
Yeah, Johnny Mundo. Hell yeah.
Who?
Oh yeah, I
John
forgot. Whenever we watched
he's-
WWE, it was John Morrison.
No, he's John Hennigan. Don't you remember Tough Enough?
Oh yeah, that is absolutely correct. And that about sums it up for me as of like stars like today that I'm a fan.
Who are some of your favorite wrestlers of the past?
Your favorite wrestlers of the past? I'll touch on this subject. Of course, number one, we've got ECW wise. We got Mikey Whipwreck.
The proverbial
That
jobber.
is- Yeah. Sandman, super crazy. Let's see. We've also got Tommy Dreamer, Raven, and all them. But WCW, I'm leaning toward of whenever Nash and Hall jumped ship over to WCW. They were one of mine. Sting and
I know. I love seeing Sting.
bigger
I
names.
love seeing
Yeah.
Kevin Sting wrestle.
oh yeah, Man
fucking
named
hate you.
Steve. WWF. I'm moving on to now. I was more of like the Austin, DX, Shawn Michaels, Triple H.
So like those guys with a lot of charisma.
Yeah.
Those guys with a lot
Yeah,
of presence.
Very charisma. Yeah. And R-Truth, back whenever he was K-Quick.
Bunch of different styles and cut them in the mix. Get
Yeah.
rowdy, get rowdy, K-Quick.
Drew. But yeah,
Jesus
that sums it up for me.
All right, passing that question over to you, Jibble. What do you think? Who are some of your favorites of the new era?
Of the new era, well, can it be not WWE? Can it be all?
Oh yeah. Of course. This is not strictly a
Let's
sports.
see.
This is not strictly a sports entertainment podcast. This is a wrestling
In my
podcast.
case, it is.
In your case, it is, but it's a wrestling podcast. So, Jibble, continue. Jibble, continue. Okay, I guess we're going to be, I guess we lost Jibble. Anyone else still in the chat?
Cesaro.
Oh, there-
Fucking-
oh, there we
Kenta.
go.
Kenta, can't forget him.
All right,
That's a good one.
can you repeat that? It kind of
What the fuck?
died out in the stream, or it died out.
Don't worry, editing out. Fucking. I'll just go quick. D-Bry, Kenta, Cesaro, Baller, fucking. I don't know the last one.
So a lot of the international guys that kind of are now in the States.
There's not a lot of good people. Fucking Uncle Seth, there you go. And all in WWE. Damn, there you go. Easy, simple.
So
New
but-
Japan, I've been in.
Yeah, so basically the international
it's nice seeing
guys
them, you know.
that are now here.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice seeing them all together in one place instead of having to go, okay, I want to watch that stream. I'm going to go on here and find some obscure YouTube video to watch that guy.
Go watch
Now
some
it's like, oh, I can just
ICW.
flip on. Yeah, now I can just flip on some NXT and like all my dudes are there. So it's like, fuck. I mean, now, hell, Pac is now on fucking WWE main TV.
Yeah.
Who would have thought?
Yeah, oh,
That's
fucking
crazy.
almost won the King of the Ring.
Exactly, almost. Well, almost. But still, the fact that he's there, you know, hey, it's something else.
So from the
Anyway,
past,
so-
who are some of your favorites?
Oh, the past. Let's see. Eddie. Can't go wrong with Eddie. Fucking. I'll always love Al Snow.
Well, what does everybody want?
Al Snow.
They
At
do.
least
want
that's
us
what I
now.
want. The guy who won the 2004 Royal Rumble.
Oh, what was his name? Stevie Richard?
I
I think it was
can't-
Bacon. I think
Yeah,
Bacon
yeah.
won.
Bacon. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Big Show. I remember Big Show just kind of jumping over the top rope,
I forget. Did
if I remember correctly.
I forget that year? Did Vacant beat Shawn and Triple H? Was that
I
Vacant?
believe so.
Okay, good.
Maybe. I'm not quite sure if Bacon's been around a lot. It's been here for decades. Let's see. So, can't go wrong with fucking Ric Flair in 02.
Yeah.
You all thought it was WCW.
When he's old as fuck.
when he's old. His gimmick is being old. Let's see what else. I can't. Oh, Ultimo Dragon.
So
From back in the
Good
90s.
choice.
so I guess
like WCW.
I guess
Ultimo
kind-
Dragon, and WCW Mysterio.
I guess kind of like as an overall summary, I guess you're kind of saying that your guys are more of like the lightweights or the guys with different styles, like in-ring technical ability that you just enjoy watching, where it's not primarily based on a presence. Like it's basically more based on in-ring skill than.
Well, yeah, because there's always been like they were trying to get some. I'm big and strong. Cool. What can you do? Punch. Okay. Can you talk? No. Okay. Can you run for more than 2 seconds without dying? Nope. Well, okay. Then I'm gonna go watch the small guy that can actually do all that shit.
Believe
Also known
that.
as Chris Jericho, 1999.
Believe that.
Yeah. Believe that.
All right, so I guess that brings us to Brutality. Who are some of your favorite superstars of the current era?
Definitely Seth. I love Seth. Seth Rollins is great. I really wish that he would use the Skywalker, but unfortunately he doesn't.
Shitty Facebuster. New finisher.
Yeah,
Stevie
worst finisher
G.
ever. I really think he could take it. Another guy that I really like right now is Kid and Cesaro. I'm big fans of those guys. Neville. Neville's really great. But I wonder whatever happened to that Adrian Neville guy.
Yeah,
A little bit different, but
Whatever happened to Adrian?
I don't know what happened to him. But definitely Tyler Breeze is my go-to guy.
And why
He's
is
gorgeous.
that? He's okay. He's gorgeous.
He's just gorgeous.
So who are some of your favorites?
And-
Wow, we got some mixed reactions here in the crowd.
I know this one will definitely put me over the top. I do like Roman Reigns too. I really do like Reigns.
Boo! Leave that.
Ooh.
Yeah, we will, and for all the listening audience, we will debate a lot on the subject of Roman Reigns over the course of this episode due to his inherent part in what we're getting to here in a few minutes. Who are some of your favorite superstars of the past, Brutality?
Edge. I really like Edge. Him just being able to be so dynamic to get himself in so many title matches. I love that. His just whole character. Jericho. Can't go wrong with ever going with Jericho. I really like Billy Kidman from 2004. Whenever he turned heel and turned on Paul London. I really like that. And another guy, which I don't know if a lot of people necessarily like as much. I did like Ken Shamrock a lot.
Oh, so you're totally not basing everything off personality if you're going off Ken Shamrock.
I liked his personality from WrestleMania 14.
Oh, okay.
Suplexing everybody.
Oh, okay. Good personality. So
Wasn't he a ref?
he was a ref, I think, right? No, was he?
No, wait. Or was that 13?
I think that was
Year before.
13. That was 13, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because that was the, wasn't that the Austin Hart double turn?
Yeah, that's when. Yeah.
Oh, great match. Great event, actually. So, Brutality, if you had to describe your whole, like, the general consensus of guys you like, how would you do that?
I don't know. I have just very well wide with anybody. I mean, guys that I love. Hybrid. We created their team name. Team Interference. Kane and the Big Show.
I gotta love me some Big Show.
Well,
Those guys are great. So
steal the
Just
show now. Steal the
Pretty
show
much-
now.
pretty much anybody that can put on a match that's longer than about 5 minutes, they're
The Big
pretty
Show.
good.
So that includes Roman Reigns.
He's been 10 minutes before.
Oh yeah, that's right. Forgot his match with Daniel Bryan. Anywho, myself, nowadays I love Dean Ambrose, such a great character, and of course,
Boo!
Deathlock and I are the Dean Ambrose fans. Where everyone else in here is like, no, I want my Seth Rollins. I want the guy who goes Mr. Piper to be the world champ. But
I love me some Looney Tunes too, but that doesn't mean I like Dean Ambrose.
da da
I
da
like
da
the
da.
Looney Tunic friends.
The Looney Tunic French. And
He does
then
have a goofy gimmick though.
he
but
has a goofy
yeah.
gimmick, but I enjoy seeing it every time I watch it on TV. So that's why I
He has a really great mid-card gimmick that'll never get him over in anything else ever.
well, to be fair,
I do love watching him lose.
to be fair, I do think he's main evented more pay-per-views than Seth Rollins though. So take that how you will. Although with other people that I'm liking nowadays on the main roster, Wade Barrett's getting revitalized with the King of the Ring thing. I'm really hoping that works for him because he's been a great star for the past few years, but just constant injuries and stuff keep shitting on him. Barrett, Neville, big fan of Stardust, big fan of Enzo Amore, Colin Cassidy down in NXT, Tyler Breeze, he's gorgeous. Really, there's a lot of people there's not many people on the main roster nowadays that I really despise completely. But there are a few that are just like lackluster. But in the past, I'm just a general mid-carder. I just love the general Jake Roberts, Diamond Dallas Page, Rick Rude, just some of the classic gimmicks of yesteryears that never got over into the main event as much, but are still like some of the more memorable parts of wrestling history. And then all the small guys and all the big guys. Yeah, but basically, I love everything in wrestling, which I get shit on for being an everyday man. Like, or not every man, but like a WWE apologist. I'm told I often am. Isn't that right, Jibble?
Yeah, fuck you.
Oh, okay. Fuck you too. All right. Anyone else got anything else they want to say before we head on to the main event?
I think we should get on the subject of Dolph Ziggler and his concussion.
Who's that?
Oh, there'll be more for that later.
Oh, there'll be
There's a
more.
big
Oh,
thing
yeah, I
about that
forgot.
later.
Yeah, that has a whole session.
Right.
That is a whole fucking session on this on what we're about to start talking about. Brutality, you got anything? You got anything you want to say, Brutality, before we go on to the main event of this episode, the main course of this episode?
Breeze is gorgeous.
Duly noted.
All right, I'm through with the appetizers. Let's get on to the main course.
All right, here we go. What are we discussing today? Well, today we are discussing, on the first episode of this WrestleFriends podcast, we are discussing WrestleMania 31.
WrestleMania! Oh my god!
And everyone...
Oh wait, that's 22.
What was WrestleMania 31's theme? Fucking...
Push
play!
Ga-ding-ga-ding-ga-ding-ga-dingle.
Oh god, that was the worst theme song I've ever...
You can take a swing at my ego. God. WrestleMania 31. The WrestleMania with one of the worst theme songs of all time.
Boy, was it shitty.
I think it takes the cake.
It might be for the absolute worst theme song. Almost any wrestling pay-per-view, I think. Yeah, actually,
It might also take the worst logo, the worst WrestleMania logo.
Oh yeah, WrestleMania plus Bray, or WrestleMania Windows Media Player.
Exactly.
WrestleMania, push pause.
Or play, whatever mood you're in.
All right.
It should be rewind to a better time.
All right, so I guess to kind of go into the show, everyone, it was unanimous on the internet, and lots of people were saying that this event had some of the worst build in the history of WrestleMania. What do you guys feel on
Tell
that?
me. Agreed. Holy shit!
Well,
that was it made for some of the most uninteresting hype for the WrestleMania, especially compared to WrestleMania 30. That was the worst.
You see,
WrestleMania 30 had the best.
I disagree. The build for the Intercontinental title match for this pay-per-view was just really, really solid. Like, it was stealing the show on TV every week just for the goofy shenanigans that R-Truth, Dean Ambrose, Daniel Bryan, Bad News Barrett, just what all of them would do with it.
Steal the title.
Make the title look like $1 million
bucks
by stealing it.
It was basically, let's throw together a bunch of guys and we're like, hey, you ain't doing anything, let's put you in this match. Oh, how are we going to involve them? They're going to steal the title for no reason. Because they have...
Well, there's reason. I mean, it's the Intercontinental title. Like, that is a prestigious championship in wrestling history.
Have nothing else better to do. I mean, come on. It felt very thrown together. No matter how good or decent it was very just rushed.
Well, like,
it doesn't mean it's still prestigious.
Well, Bad News Barrett went into it as champion. Dean Ambrose just feuded with the champion the previous month. Harper and Ziggler had been big parts in that thing. I mean, the only people that really felt thrown in were Bryan and Stardust, really. And R-Truth.
So 3 out of 7.
Yeah, 3 out of 7. So it was primarily it made sense, at least in my eyes.
I don't know. I think that the Intercontinental title had good build. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was hilarious what would happen. But there is one build-up that I just cannot stand.
Was it Bray?
Was it co-main event?
Was it Bray Wyatt
the guy
talking about
wasn't
himself?
there. He was not there.
Bray Wyatt
How
promoing
can
with
it
himself.
be built based on one guy? I don't know. I hated it. The match ended up delivering.
Yeah,
but
with
fortunately.
WrestleMania 23 physique Undertaker.
Like, it was weird. You know how fucking Bray's like, "Hey, we're here." He should have been like, "Hey, where'd you go? Where are you?"
Hey,
No,
you're not here.
Yeah, you're not here. He should use his lamp to look in the darkness to find Taker. Because Taker was gone. Oh, wait. Hold on. Taker was there. In a Titantron that says, "I accept." You know, like, what the fuck?
All right, well,
Bray feuded with himself.
we'll definitely talk about more of all those just going into it, but overall, the build-up for this pay-per-view was not nearly as good as WrestleMania. WrestleMania 30 probably had some of the best build-up to any WrestleMania.
Also, I'm gonna put this in later. The tug-of-war between Brock and Roman. Ooh, boy.
Oh yeah,
It's
that
gonna be fun.
that will be great to talk about later. But I guess we should start at the beginning with the pre-show that no one expected to be as good as it was. Agreed?
Yeah, agreed.
Very much agreed.
Because
I mean, was fucking.
like we had 2 matches on the pre-show, and for whatever length they had. At least I'm gonna say at least I enjoyed them. Like, let's start at the beginning and just go through each one. But the pre-show was very surprising for this paper. The pre-show for this was definitely better than the pre-show for last year, like bar none.
Yeah, what was the pre-show last year? I forgot.
I don't know on that. I really liked
That
the
just-
4-man elimination tag team match at the beginning of the show. I mean, Cesaro turning on Swagger, doing the swing. I thought that was pretty cool.
Oh,
So I don't know if it was necessarily better.
Oh, I
for
forgot.
sure, but
that is what happened.
They both had great moments.
Well, let's go with the first match. Tyson Kidd and Cesaro versus A New Day and the members of Kofi Kingston and Big E versus Los Matadores versus the Uso.
Literally the Uso.
The single Uso, yes.
Right back.
All right, he will be back, but let's get a little bit of preliminary stretch on this. Brutality, what did you think of this match going into the pay-per-view?
I was just praying that Kidd and Cesaro would win. Thankfully they did, but I don't know, some of the way that it was booked, I thought it was pretty smart, involving the fact that Diego and I don't remember the other guy's fucking name.
Carlito?
Sure.
Primo and Epico.
Sure, why not? Whatever the other one is. Diego and the other one. How they both look alike, and then that they did the twin magic, pretty much, from copying off the Bellas. I thought that was pretty cool. And also involving all the managers. So, Natalya getting involved, Xavier Woods, and El Torito. I thought it was pretty brilliant. And as well as riding off one of the Usos in a very, very smart way.
It's like, oh yeah, by the way, you're going into this match. Here's your partner. You don't have a partner. Have fun.
Yeah, but the way they did it was kind of.
I thought it was pretty smart, getting him off.
No, it was smart, but it would have been better if they would have done a bigger spot instead of just, I'm gonna throw you into a barricade and you're dead now.
What about the whole Naomi being a part of it as well?
Was she a part of it?
Yeah, she had a few big spots in it. Well, not really a few big spots, but she had her moment.
Oh,
Isn't that when she was bitching with Natalia, right?
yeah.
And
I
then
think she hit her with
dived
the
over
ass
the
to
rope.
face.
The ass to face.
fucking the ass to mouth, yeah. Man.
One of the greatest finishing moves in the history of wrestling.
You know it.
So, Tyson
Wait,
Kidd.
is that before or after Natalia put Torito in the sharpshooter?
I think it was after.
Oh yeah, it was
I think
after.
right
yeah,
after.
yeah, that's right. It happened after, and I remember they did that. They also did that for a few weeks on TV, where it'd be like, here's a 3-on-3 tag match with Los Matadores and El Torito Kid Cesaro and Natalia, and that like they constantly would try to do that spot where it's like, we're gonna lock El Torito in, and like they did it for like 4 shows straight. Was just that same match 4 shows straight.
It was kind of agonizing.
Well, I mean, I enjoyed it the
To a
first time,
point.
and then the other 3 times it was like, oh, okay, this happens
Yeah.
again.
Just typical Monday Night Raw. Spam the rematches.
Rematch mania is running wild.
It's Raw. What do you expect?
I don't know. I expect great TV with Dean Ambrose.
I don't.
You mean Seth Rollins?
Who?
Exactly.
So overall thoughts of the 4-way tag match.
Do you mind if I go first?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. I actually took down a few notes about this that I'd bring up. My favorite parts of the match, for a 9-minute and 58-second match, it seemed to drag on, which was a really good point for them to actually bring out like what some of them could do. If you remember, they had that nice superplex spot,
Mm-hmm.
and well, you think about it, the match was really nothing but a spot fest, like everybody getting involved. But they had more action than most of the matches on this card. And if I was to rate it, I would give it a 10 out of 10.
Generous.
Man, a match that a rating that would defeat many WrestleMania main events on the pre-show. That just shows, ladies and gentlemen, the spectacular wrestling ability of El Torito.
Hey, it takes 2 to wrestle. Don't forget about fucking Natalia.
Oh yeah, Natalia, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Hybrid, what
And
was?
Naomi's big ass out too.
And then Xavier Woods, can't forget him either. We could forget
Oh,
him.
yeah.
Have forgotten about him for the longest time.
Mm-hmm.
What do you got? What is your opinion, Hybrid?
I thought the match was good for a pre-show match. Obviously, if we had more time, they could have done more shit. But for what it's worth, it was good. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Now, 7 doesn't mean it's bad. It's good. A 7 is good. A 4 is bad. A 7 is good. But yeah, I liked, the superplex, the dynamics of the tag team match. You don't really see those kind of matches anymore, so it was nice.
Yeah, the tag division
Also,
is often an
Natalia
afterthought.
looked amazing. Good God. I want her to get me in the sharpshooter. Fuck.
She looked pretty good on the Hall of Fame and as well. When didn't she induct Alundra Blaze? I remember
Yeah, she did.
she was wearing
Yeah.
that super revealing fucking dress or whatever. That was the highlight of my night.
Dyson Kidd, you're a one lucky motherfucker.
T.J. Wilson, Total Divas. Speaking
I don't watch Total Divas.
of Total Divas, apparently Paige has a boyfriend now.
Yeah, he's like some
We'll break them
stupid
up.
ass.
We have to break them up, everybody. We have to write enough fan fictions.
Make a petition.
Brutality, being a man that
Tell your
knows,
friends.
being a person that knows a lot about petitions. Brutality, what are your overall thoughts on this match?
I don't know. I thought it was really good, especially for having like zero hype whatsoever.
Was there any
Um,
build up for this?
I seriously don't think there was.
Somewhat. They had like
Maybe
a
on
match or two.
Superstars in main event.
Yeah.
Oh,
Though I think
and
Mad
on
Wars was thrown in
IR
there.
television, right? Oh wait, I don't think they're on
Mad
IR
Doors
television
was
anymore.
thrown into it at last
Yeah.
second.
Yeah, no, if anything, the Usos and Cesaro and Kid had most of the build-up on the main team.
Yeah.
And then the Natalia making Torito tap out. I think that's basically the extent of the build up.
I don't know. For having no build-up or hype whatsoever, they definitely delivered. One of my favorite spots is actually just the ending. Not for the fact that Ken Cesaro won, even though I do love that. I really like the fact that you don't see the tag until the replay that Cesaro actually tapped like Jimmy or Jay, whatever one it is, whenever he tagged him on the legs for the pin. I don't know. I really like that.
Well,
And it just showcased every one of their skills.
yeah,
in the
like no one in this match is a terrible wrestler. It's just that you never get to see them actually wrestle because they don't have time. And this was a great thing for them. I mean, I agree a lot that this match was great for a pre-show match. What did you give it out of 10, Brutality?
I would give it like an 8.
An 8? That's about what I had. If it only went on for like another 5 more minutes, I think I would have given it much higher of a rating just because I wanted to see more. But it was great for what it was. I'd give it probably about a 7.5 or an 8 just because it was a very, very good match, especially with what little it was given.
All right,
that was first match. Cool. Now, after that, though, we got a lot of talking. And then
pre-shows.
And then we got the 30-man Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
It's a big fucking name. Holy shit, when you say it like that.
It's a big fucking name for a big fucking match.
For a big fucking guy.
So for everyone that didn't know some of the build-up going into this match, we had Curtis Axel claiming he was never eliminated from the Royal Rumble. Fandango and Adam Rose were feuding on Twitter. Damien Mizdow...
Talk about going over. Yeah, get him over the crowd. Let's feud on fucking Twitter.
Get him over the top rope. Damien Mizdow and The Miz were at odds going into this. Hideo Itami had won an NXT-specific tournament to earn the spot into the match. Ryback was looking strong. Cesaro was put in the match at last minute because I don't remember him being announced. Mark Henry was a big guy, and Big Show's claiming he was going to win the Andre Memorial Giant Battle Royal.
Well, Cesaro has some claim. I mean, his thing
won
is
last year.
last year I won it, so I'm gonna win it again.
He has claim, but I wish they would have actually addressed that at some points.
Didn't they do that in the commentary?
Did they? All I remember specifically was looking at the match at the beginning and saying, "Oh, cool! Kid and Cesaro were in that match, right?"
They barely touched on the subject.
Yeah. Although still, I'll take it to Deathlock first, but Deathlock, what did you think about this match?
I thought it was good. Personally, I think last year's was way better, but to the point of where everybody's getting eliminated, it was down to Mizdow, which is now Sandow. I guess he reverted. He made it to the bottom 2 with the Big Show. With the Big Show just looking like shit at the end, but turning around and getting the win. Not bad for an 18-minute match. Me personally, 7 out of 10.
All right, Hybrid, what's your opinion on the Stellar Classic?
Oh my god, it's one of the best matches I've ever seen that involved throwing people over the top rope. Because fucking, look, you had so much consistency. You had the Axelmania, Curtis Axel went nuts, and then everyone fuck you, Curtis Axel, picking him up and throwing him over the top rope. I was disappointed because I like Curtis Axel personally, but still.
Looking it up on Wikipedia, it actually says order of elimination: 1, Curtis Axel eliminated by everyone.
and then you had the whole, Alex Riley fucking spot where it's the Miz is shouting, "You should fuck with me" and shit, and David Miz that was holding Alex Riley and beating the shit out of each other. That was a good spot. The one spot I didn't like was the whole fucking. I love the back and forth with Kenta and Tyson Kidd, but as soon as that was over, he turned around just comes out of nowhere and beats the shit out of him. And it's funny, I love both guys, but it makes Kenta look like an absolute dog shit. I mean, this is probably the first time a lot of fans are seeing Kenta. As popular as NXT is with us, it's not as big as we wanted to think it is.
Well, Kenta only eliminated 2 people in that match, which was Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas.
Yeah, we still had some sort of. He needs a better showing than kick kind of elimination, and then fucking Whale comes out of nowhere and beats the shit out of him. But let's see what else. Fucking that final 2 spot was great. I was apparently the only one cheering for Big Show. Because as soon as he won, I marked the fuck out, popped off yeah, Big Show, yeah! Because, oh my god, it was the most amazing thing seeing him win. And then Tim doing his little pose next to the statue, arms crossed and everything. He's yeah, I did this.
He was the most deserving, but it's still the fact that everyone loves Damien Mizdow so much. It's that we all felt bad that he didn't, but even then, Big Show still.
I do think doing the breakup was perfect, but if you were going to do it, have him win. as much as I like Big Show, it makes him look horrible. It's like, I broke up with you,
And I can't succeed without you.
And it also makes Damien Mizell look stupid. He's supposed to be this. He's still considered an intellectual savior, I guess. Smart guy. But it's like, okay, instead of working with the Miz to kill the Big Show and then betraying Miz, I want to betray Miz first and then work on the Big Show.
Yeah.
Why? Are you dumb?
That wasn't that smart.
It wasn't that smart. The match gets a fucking another 7 out of me. I mean, as much as I like certain spots for the Big Show winning, all in all. Oh, speaking of spots, I like the callback to last year's Battle Royal as well, with Cesaro lifting the Big Show.
Yeah.
But, yeah, definitely not as good as last year's. Not as good as last year's.
Yeah,
last year's would be like an 8.5 for me. This is a fucking just flat 7.
Well, yeah, but like last year I had the great final 2. Like the final 2 last year, I liked a lot better than this final 2. Even though I love Miz Dow.
Yeah, and one thing I didn't notice was I love Sandow as well, but fucking he looked really flabby.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fine, I guess, but for some reason it just felt more noticeable. Because even Big Show, he's fat, but he didn't look flabby.
Yeah.
I mean, Kenta has a bit, he's a sculpted, muscly, fucking, model shit, but fucking, he still looked relatively, less flabby than Sandow. I don't know.
Well, and plus, they didn't let Sandow do much during this. They kind of just let him be like, I'm gonna punch whoever the Miz is fighting, and then I'm gonna turn on him at the end. Like, they don't let him show as much of his in-ring ability anymore.
Well, he was doing that spot with Alex Riley, the whole, that thing.
Yeah, but I feel like that was still more story-based. Like, they didn't let him, like, a primary bit of his offense was just him protecting Miz, which was great, because that's what it was leading up to. I just still kind of wish we would have seen more dynamic moves from him instead of just and it is a battle royal, so I can't be too hard on him.
He
for
did
that.
Skin the cat, so
he did do that. So yeah, I mean, I just wish he would have done a little bit more.
Was there like a Kofi Kingston spot in this match, or was there?
I don't think they let him do it.
I don't think there was. Yeah, I don't think there was.
Because I don't think they did at the Rumble either. So Adam Rose. That's right.
Yeah, I was gonna say, who would have done that in this match, since he wasn't in the match?
I'm sure Kofi was.
Maybe like Big
E
E or like catching him. Did he do something like that?
No.
I don't remember.
No. That's a great way of telling it was memorable, and it's like, did this happen? Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, if anything, fucking flat 7 out of 10. If Big Show lost and Sandow won, it'd be like a 7.5.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Bertati, what do you think?
I don't know. I didn't like this match. I didn't like majority of the match. I mean, a lot of people really liked Curtis Axel going into it. I thought it was just so stupid. I mean, that guy, if he was going to become something, that was in 2013, and you were a complete bust. So really, I don't like it too much. The spots I don't like. I don't know. I don't think that there was any ones that really like stood out. Like, oh, like that was an amazing spot. I mean, there were spots that I remembered, but like barely, and they're not like great ones. So I would give like this match like a rating of like a 5, and the only reason that I'm giving it this much is just because like out of like a serious standpoint of it was just terrible. I mean, if Damien Sandow should have won, but out of like a joking side of it, it was hilarious that the Big Show so many times was about to get eliminated, and he would just hold on. I mean, that was the only reason that it made the match like that much better. But I don't know. I really did not like it that much.
The mental image of Big Show skinning the cat is stuck in my mind.
The consistency, though. I mean, in 2004, Big Show got eliminated with the headlock. It was like he remembered. It's like, wait a minute, I've been there before. A ghost did this to me. And then he picked up Damien Sandow, threw him over the top rope. Like, I remembered. It was like there was consistency.
In that aspect, it was smart, but I did give it a 5. I'm not giving it like a 1 or something. I mean, it was okay, but I just don't think it was. I don't think it deserved anything higher.
I guess I kind of have to just agree with Hybrid in the fact that I have to give it a 7. It's not the best battle royal I've ever seen, but it was a very well handled one, especially with the, like Hybrid said, continuity. How like you saw people's characters in this match. They stayed in character. Bo Dallas, running around the ring, if I remember. Didn't he do that?
Yeah, after
Yeah.
he got eliminated, after he eliminated himself.
Yeah, yeah. And then just the whole thing with, I think the highlight of the match for me though was Alex Riley, Sandow, and Miz. Like that was just like, that was building to it perfectly. Miz is a really great storyteller, and he doesn't get the credit for being that, but I don't know. That was like the best part of the match for me, was the fact of how they handled that.
Also, Rowlick, I'm gonna be kicking myself later for meaning to say continuity instead of saying consistency.
Consistency.
I'm gonna be kicking myself later for that.
Continuity.
No, I'm gonna go back through this. I'm like, okay, I said consistency there. Take that out. Continuity. Perfect.
All right. Well, now that we finished with the pre-show and more talking and more talking and more talking, we get to what I think you all predicted was correct. I thought something else was going to be the kickoff match, but I think everyone else predicted it right. The first match of the night, Bad News Barrett defending the Intercontinental title against R-Truth, Dean Ambrose, Daniel Bryan, Luke Harper, Dolph Ziggler, and Stardust in a ladder match. We touched on the build-up for this a little bit earlier with how everyone was stealing the title, and then when Bad News Barrett finally got it back, he had to give it to Kane to hang up on the thing. What did you guys really think of that build-up? Like, we touched on it earlier. What did you guys really think of it?
Poopy.
Okay.
Oh no, I thought it was entertaining.
Well, you Deathlock.
I mean, maybe.
They could have had it better. I mean, the comedy of the build-up where they're stealing the title, I laughed my ass off a few times about it.
R-Truth, the MVP of the entire
Oh
angle.
yeah, he steals that thing like, what, 2 or 3 times?
Oh, if they would just kept with R-Truth, I'd been fine with it. You know, his gimmick is stealing, whatever. But it made B&B look like shit.
Oh
You
yeah.
can't keep holding your title.
Oh yeah.
Are you retarded?
King Bad News Barrett.
Also, you can't feel the sack difference between the title belt that's heavy compared to fucking toy belt. Are you stupid? You can't keep track. You can't tell when R-Truth has it behind his back. He was like, I don't have it. Nope. You're stupid. You look so dumb.
The only thing that would have made that even worse for me would be like if he's like, show me you don't have the belt. He has one hand behind him holding the belt, and he shows the other hand.
That's practically what he did.
Show your other hand, and then he just pulls it with his other hand. That would have been the only thing that could have done it even worse.
And then
That would have been hilarious.
That would have been great.
Honestly,
yeah, but
if
made
they
me
would have been able to
stupid.
pull that off, that would have been fucking a gold mine.
Also, here's another thing. Fucking the way that they added Stardust and Daniel Bryan in out of nowhere. Like Daniel Bryan comes out and R2's like, here you go, take his title. And then Amber's like, okay, yeah. And then Stardust, oh no, I'm part of the Stardust is now Intercontinental match person now. Wow. It was, you forgot about that, didn't you?
Yeah.
It's your outlook.
No, I didn't forget about it. I forgot. I remember it. I remember the few things.
You repressed it.
I did repress it. I did in fact repress it. While I loved this match going into it, there were just problems. There were just problems with this match.
Exactly. I mean, so first right, Dolph Ziggler makes sense. Harper, Ambrose, R-Truth, B&B, D-Bry, Cody. I mean, I could start.
Former main event,
Don't
former main eventer, and former dude that was just feuding with his brother over a breakup of a tag team. Like, you don't just go out of that with one match. You're supposed to do more with that. You have the potential to do more with that.
Especially with the fucked finish at Fastlane, they could have did something huge at WrestleMania. Something I'm pretty sure they both wanted.
Like their match at
that.
their match at Fastlane, I really loved. Like the crowd didn't get that was a better match than I was originally expecting going into it, and with how Cody portrays his gimmick of being Stardust Cody Rhodes and that thing, I thought that was great. But then they shit on it and never touched it until the audience started chanting.
Where was Fastlane at? Like, where did Fastlane take place at? Fucking. Oh shit.
Does anyone know that?
Was it? Oh, hold on.
What?
Memphis, Tennessee. No fucking wonder.
Oh, Memphis. The Memphis, Tennessee crowd doesn't care about
that match
Dusty's kids.
Yeah. Fucking they needed the right crowd, and WrestleMania was the right crowd for that. The fact that they didn't do it irks me to this day.
So
I mean, it could have been wondrous.
it could have, but instead we got this match, which I didn't mind this match for its content. There were a few things in the match I wish could have happened differently. My original two picks for the match to win it were either Dean Ambrose or Bad News Barrett. I felt like they were the more serious contenders for the title, like the ones that made the most sense to actually do something with the title. R-Truth being a close third, just because his comedy was just fucking fantastic. But then when I saw what actually happened in the match, there was just so much that didn't make sense to me. And I'm sure we'll talk about Dolph Ziggler and his concussions here in a yeah. You know what? Let's talk about that now. Who else thought it was?
But let's build up to that. Let's build up to
all right.
that.
Let's build up to that first.
Because there's other spots in this match that make a lot of sense too.
Yeah, there are ones
like,
that do make sense. Yeah.
Yeah, like speaking of spot makes sense. Let's go to Dean Ambrose getting fucking killed. That makes a lot of sense.
And
especially for what happens later tonight.
Yeah, and it's set up for Extreme Rules. So I mean, they had an idea of what they wanted to do there, but I'm okay with that.
Yeah, it made sense.
It made sense, but I wish there could have been more to it. Deathlock, let's get your opinions on this.
All right. If you don't mind me real quick, I'm going to go back and touch on that Fastlane match real fast. Things I ask myself whenever I go back and watch it sometimes with the Cody and Goldust, was that pin botched?
I think it may have been.
Because the way it was going, it looks like that Stardust should have won and then had the reaction against Goldust backstage instead of Goldust winning and then having that reaction.
I don't know. It's weird.
But going back to the Intercont match from Mania, the ladder, I thought that the biggest spot monkeys for the match were, of course, Ambrose and Ziggler.
Oh yeah, by far.
And then touching on what Hybrid said, the ladder spot with Luke Harper powerbombing and killing Ambrose, what it seemed like.
My Dean.
Yeah, and
My Dean Ambrose.
Not only did we get that spot, but if I recall, we had Dean jumping off a ladder and taking everybody out.
With his patented most powerful elbow drop in the business.
Yeah, and
His fucking goofy elbow that kills everybody.
yeah, things like that. It's there for the entertainment. And then, of course, you got Stardust, his bedazzled ladder.
I was so hoping you mentioned that.
Yeah, that was terrible. That was terrible.
That was great. What?
That was terrible. They had no hype whatsoever. We didn't know what the hell they were talking about. I did not like that at all.
Wait,
The ladder?
did Alexa Bliss have a cameo in this match?
Yeah, pretty much, right? So
Oh,
fucking,
God.
he's been cheating on Eden with, I think that's what the bitch's name is.
Yeah, Eden.
With fucking Alexa Bliss?
Eden Rose.
What the hell? Well, I don't know. I didn't think it made sense at all. It wasn't hyped at all that he was gonna have his own special ladder.
Yeah.
Now,
It doesn't need to be hyped for them to have a special ladder.
It wasn't.
It just didn't make sense to me.
It wasn't like the
Mark
Big
Henry had a
Show's.
big ass ladder.
Yeah, it wasn't like Big Show and Mark Henry's ladder at Money in the Bank. It wasn't like that. They actually did have that ahead of time. Well, I'm too big, so here's my big ladder.
No, it doesn't have to
Yeah.
make sense. It's Stardust. It's fucking. He was talking at the last second. They're like, Stardust needs a little gimmick thingy. Here you go. The bedazzled ladder that only was there for 2 seconds, and then B&B kind of just shit all over it. That's fucking stupid, mate.
Now, I've also got a question for you guys.
Ooh.
Do you guys think that was enough for a 13-minute match, or do you think it should have went on longer?
Oh, I will maintain that there are, and I'll explain this later when we get to that match. There is one match on this card that they should have shortened by 5 minutes, and that 5 minutes should have been given to this match.
No.
Yeah.
No. One of
Well.
what they should have shortened. The 40-minute promo. That happens later in the show.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, God.
That
yeah.
that should have been a 20-minute, and then every other match would have benefited so much. Oh, which is like 15 minutes. and every other match would have benefited so much from that. But no, we'll get to that later.
Yeah.
Well,
That's a certain point between two matches, so we'll talk about that at its own spot.
oh yeah. My grade for that match, I gave it a solid 8.
Okay.
Just because, for the simple fact they brung a ladder match back, and it would make sense to have a ladder match of some sort back at Mania, even if it was just for that one time. It's more sentimental value.
It was
that
nice to
grade,
see a ladder match.
along
Yeah.
with some of the spots they had in it and what I seen of the in-ring. Dating back to that, like, one of the things that sold that for me is Barrett doing the suplex off the ladder.
Oh yeah, that was actually really cool.
Yeah. And then you got the D-Bry, Ziggler headbutt Palooza that made no sense and probably gave Daniel Bryan a bad neck again and Dolph Ziggler another concussion.
Deathlock.
Who in their right mind? Who in their right mind said, "Okay, Daniel Bryan has a bad neck, so let's not push him to the main event fight Brock Lesnar because German suplexes or whatever. Let's put him in a violent ladder match and headbutt the guy whose brain is made out of slushy by this point, and headbutt the shit out of him, and they're just back and forth, back. And you saw the marks on their brains, dude. Their fucking head. Stack of Dimes Bryan against fucking no brain Ziggler as they bash their shit out of each other with their heads on top of a ladder. Ziggler takes a fucking mean spill, and Dan Bryan's like, fucking Christ.
Like
I know. I thought it made sense. Who had the fucking weaker neck or brain? All right. I don't know. Made sense.
Let's just destroy both of their young careers.
It's like
Exactly.
I wonder if backstage those two got together and it's like, so how are we gonna make this match memorable? Well, I don't know. Do you want to headbutt each other and see which one of us dies first? That sounds like fun.
I mean, how do you think they were backstage after the match? Hey, Dolph.
Where am
who are
I?
you?
Where am I?
Where am I?
Am I
Where's Biggie?
Am I world champion again? Was I
Daniel
world
Bryan's on
champion?
a stretcher because his neck is broken.
Was I world champion once?
No, wait, I
No,
was
you
world
weren't.
champion twice, wasn't I?
Jesus Christ.
Was I a cheerleader?
Spirit crew, spirit team, spirit squad.
Wait a
Did we
minute.
have Spirit?
Was I a caddy? Did I wake up every morning and could I not wait to embrace the day?
Fuck you off.
Damn.
So Hybrid, what's your thoughts on this match?
Daniel Bryan won, 10 out of 10.
Oh god. Like, what did you guys think about Daniel Bryan winning now that we've had time to, like...
Well, at the time, it seemed like a good idea. And then the very next night, they have him bash the brand against Dolph Ziggler's again, and then his neck starts getting hurt again. And now he's fucking nowhere, because his brain's hurting, his neck is dying. Fucking...
Is it like a tradition for Daniel Bryan to do something big and memorable at WrestleMania and then get instantly taken out before Extreme Rules?
Well, 28.
Well, yeah, like it's starting to become a tradition.
It's starting to become a very sad tradition. It sucks because I really like the guy and fucking he's dying. Like he's gonna, like I'll be fine if he pulls a Shawn Michaels, leaves for a few years, comes back better than ever. Fucking, he doesn't have to win a title. Just put on amazing matches to prove you're better than the guy who has the title.
A la Shawn
Yeah.
Michaels.
And then
A la
somewhere down
Shawn
the road
Michaels.
win.
A la Chris Jericho for a decent portion of his
Yes.
career until they said, all right, you know what, he's too entertaining. He's too entertaining now. He's too good. We have to give him the title now.
Yeah.
2008. Great year.
Yeah, not
great year for
modern
wrestling.
Jericho, fuck that.
2008. So if you had to give
Match
this,
gets a fucking.
if you did have to overall rate this match, Hybrid, what would you do?
7 need to be longer.
It did need to be longer. I agree, and of course, yeah, not much.
The reason for that we'll get to later.
We will get to that later. Brutality.
I agree with you guys. I think it's 7.
I have to go with, as much as I like everyone in the match, I still have to go with a 7. It should have been more, and I'll get to we should have taken time from to give that match more time. That wasn't the 40-minute promo. We'll get to that later, though.
And watch, we're gonna give that 40-minute promo too much time. And we're like, well, if we would have stopped talking about that promo like 20 minutes in, we could have gave more time to other subjects to talk about. Watch.
Oh yeah. Oh god, that will happen. That is destined to happen. But what a lot of people were arguing was the match of the night: Randy Orton versus Seth Rollins.
Wait, Deathlock, did you get your opinion on the other match? Did you give it?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
he said 8, right?
Just making sure.
Yeah.
I've been so full of rage this past.
He's been so full of rage for just everything. Randy Orton versus Seth Rollins, the match that had the build-up of, "Hi, I'm Randy Orton. I'm back with the Authority. But I'm gonna get you, Seth. I'm gonna be watching you. And then I hit you with an RKO. Now we're feuding."
That's basically what this is.
What?
Another felt like thrown together match.
Did you guys feel like it had build-up, or do you think it was just, hey, like, oh, like, I'm
It
gonna
had build up. Yeah, it had to build up. It's probably the most build up out of any of the fucking matches. I mean, I'm pretty sure you remember back in the day, not back in the day, back before Orton got injured. Orton and Seth were having a little bit of a scuffle-duffle.
Yeah, like, that's cool how that...
No, there were seeds, and they, came to prosper at WrestleMania.
Yeah, but, like, but when it came to a head, like, when it came to that, one of those climaxes on the episode of Raw, where they had Randy Orton beat the shit out of Seth Rollins, don't you guys remember how agonizingly drawn out that was?
That was really drawn out just for me to do an RKO.
It was like, I'm gonna punch you and elbow you and punch you and elbow you. And, like, while I was okay with stuff like that when it, like, it actually, like, matters. Like, I didn't feel like it mattered. I mean, I felt like it's like, okay, it's Randy Orton's turn, so he's just gonna, RKO him on the announce table or something, and we're gonna all go home happy. But no, they had to draw that out just for that spot we knew was coming. And that's not on this WrestleMania, but God, that was a horrible segment. Like, I did not like that segment when that happened. However, this match though was complete. Like, I hated the build up for this match in terms of the last few weeks. As an overall story, I like the build up, like where the seeds were planted way long ago, and then they finally come to fruition now, and how it's still coming to fruition. Like, it's still going on. But the match, I love the match more than I love the build up. And we're gonna go to Deathlock to see what his opinions on
That's
this
just
are.
pay-per-view to it to you, though. You love the match,
All
you
right.
love the build-up.
Yeah, that's basically a Moses card.
This match, I mean, it was, in my opinion, great match. There wasn't really too many spots to, like, so they kept it, like, more technical, if you will. I wouldn't necessarily think that you'd call it, like, emotion more than it was. They were trying to get the best out of each other to put on a good match. The match-ending RKO, in my opinion, was, like, fucking genius on their part. Like, I give them tons of props for that. Being as long as it did, which was, like, 13 minutes, along with, like, most of the card, I think it should have been, like, a minute or two shorter. For me, like, just because, like, we seen a holy shit moment, and we were all, like, marking the fuck out, if I remember when we were watching it, I would give it more of, like, like most of mine so far, easily above a 5, an 8 out of 10.
And I can agree with. I guess I can agree with that.
I also enjoyed the build-up, like, because, like, oh, Orton's gonna turn somewhat, like, face, like, tweener-ish. Like,
Yeah, like the overall build-up was good, but
he gets injured. Hey, look at that. Holy shit, Orton's back. Yeah. I enjoyed the build-up.
yeah, like I enjoyed the overall build-up, but just again that one spot, that one Raw will still just soil a lot of that for me.
Yeah.
So you give it an 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
All right, Ibrid, what did you think of this match?
What did I think of this match? Well, it was good. I mean, I don't know. I like the entrances. I love how J&J security came out and they were like having their hands on their ears, like they were like some secure, like they were actually pulling off the security gimmick. And, yeah, that's great. They're sticking to it. And, making it look more professional, more authoritative, like.
Well, I'd expect nothing less from the guy that got bro kicked by Sheamus a few years ago.
Yeah. Also, Randy Orton has been doing the Christian thing, the whole I'm gonna cover my eyes in my hand and look in the crowd. Do you think he's doing that because he's being an asshole to Christian?
It's like, I ended your career, or I'm the best part of your career, Christian.
Now I'm taking the best part of yours, your little fucking taunt.
Where are you at, Christian?
Oh wait, I forgot.
Where are you? Also, Randy Orton with elbow pads looks fucking great. Like, that's a good look.
That was so weird for me. Like, I liked it, but it was so weird just to see that because I'm not used to seeing that.
Great. But yeah, fucking the match was good. It was a good match, good pacing. Unlike Deathlock, I wish it would have went a little longer. Because looking back at it now, like you got all these great spots, but then it's like when you get the curb stomp the first time, or remember correctly, Randy Orton kicks out and he was like on his knees and everything. But when he goes for the curb stomp reversal that went to the RKO, he wasn't on his knees. He was just kind of hunched over, bending over. And if you rewatch the match, it's incredibly telegraphed. Like if he would have dropped to his knee and then went up on a hunch position, then shot up Seth, it would have been perfect. The fact he's kind of, oh, my stomach, now I'm gonna bend over. Oh, reversal. It was watching the first time. You don't see it coming because you're too enthralled with WrestleMania and all that good stuff. But if you go back and look at it, it's kind of telegraphed.
Like it's like for anyone out there that's played the WWE 2K14 or 15, it's kind of like the catapult RKO. Like it stops so that you can blatantly see it just throw him up in the air.
Yeah, because I don't think Seth Rollins has really ever hit a curb stomp at that angle, ever. Where they're pretty much standing up, just hunched over.
I think he done it to Brock once.
Oh yeah,
once.
Yeah, and I think he also did it to. I think that's what he did to Dean. Was that what he did to Dean at SummerSlam?
He didn't beat Dean off the curb stomp. He hit him with the Money in the Bank.
Yeah, but didn't he do a curb stomp at some? No, he didn't do it at SummerSlam.
I don't believe so.
No,
I know Dean did.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay, yeah, that's where.
Yeah, usually when they bend over like that, they're gonna reverse it. And that's like, the spot was cool, but you saw it coming.
Like rewatching it, it's not as great as it was.
No, like I said, getting caught up in the hype of WrestleMania and the match itself going on, and being watching it with other people makes it a lot better. But fucking gets an 8 out of 10. It was a good match. I liked it.
All right,
everything
yeah.
was well paced. Everything all just fit together like a good ass puzzle.
All right, yeah. Brutality. Do you agree with both of them, or do you have a different opinion on the match?
I don't know. I disagree with them a little bit. I thought the match was, I don't know. I loved it a lot. I liked how Seth debuted. Debuted like a new attire. I really liked that new attire.
I thought you were gonna say new finisher.
It was nice.
I thought you were gonna say new finisher. Oh, the shitty face buster.
He slipped the DDT. Wait a minute, that's a finisher.
That's the next night. That's the next night.
Oh, okay.
But I really like that. I like the involvement of J&J security. I was somewhat worried that they wouldn't really have a key role, but they somewhat did. They were involved a lot. I thought there was quite a lot of actual spots that I really liked. The cross body that Orton ended up doing, the double the double Orton DDT to the outside, I thought was pretty nice, and even like the moonsault to the outside from Seth to Orton was pretty cool. And obviously the ending RKO was really good. I think the match deserved a 9 out of 10.
It would deserve a 9 out of 10 for me if it was just a little longer. I have to go with an 8 because if it would have been even just 15 minutes even, I think I would have given it more. But it just felt like I knew it ended when it should have ended, but I still really would have wanted it to be longer. Still, I give it an 8 because it was still a great match. It was a great addition to the card. It kept me hyped for what was happening later on in the evening. Speaking of hype, and the longest... Anyone have any other comments on the Randy Orton-Seth Rollins match before we go to the longest match on the card?
Oh God!
The longest match on the card, clocking in at 18 minutes and 36 seconds, with about, I'd say about 8 to 10 minutes of entrance.
Oh no!
Triple H versus the icon of WCW, Sting.
Oh no! I forgot about that one.
This was the longest match on the card at 18 minutes and 36 seconds. It was about 20 seconds longer than the Andre Memorial Battle Royal. It was about 2 minutes longer than the main event. It was the longest match on the card, and if you include the entrance, I think it would almost beat the 40-minute promo. Because the entrances for Triple H and Sting were so...
WrestleMania. We're back. Like, what the fuck? Why? Like, that didn't even deserve a full-on... I gave it what deserved a shitty Schwarzenegger impression. It didn't deserve a good one. It deserved shit. That's what it was. It was shit. Ah!
Oh, don't forget about the... Alright, so how are we gonna tie in everything with Sting's gimmick? I know, let's get a bunch of random-ass people in face paint and have them bang random-ass drums with this random-ass Asian sensei dude that's just sitting there like, I'm not putting on face paint, but I'm gonna hit this drum because I'm old.
Oh, God.
It made no sense to me. The build-up for this was just... It was the build-up. It was
built up.
It was built up from Survivor Series. Everyone knows how it was built up. Sting does something against the Authority. Authority gets their power back. Sting rarely shows up. Shitty cosplay.
It was built up.
Shitty cosplay Sting. the Sting doppelganger, if anyone remembers that.
When that was part of Wolfpack.
The Sting doppelganger that didn't look anything like Sting. And then the voiceover that was like the Black Scorpion voiceover rather than an actual Sting voiceover. Oh, looking back at it now and watching the match and watching the build-up for it, I realize how bad the build-up for Triple H and Sting actually was. Deathlock, what do you have to say?
The match itself, I'm looking at, there is a few key points that I've noted with myself, which was the overall emotion of the match. With the whole crowd like chanting, "You still got it," and all that. And,
Oh yeah, I still had fun with it.
yeah. The emotional part, the DX interferes, the part where we're like, what the fuck, why is this happening?
Kevin Nash re-tearing his quad.
Yeah, but that goes along with not only DX, but NWO. It also interferes. Those parts, I mean, they made sense to me.
That part made no sense to me.
Well, I mean, like, the Monday Night Wars, DX, NWO on WCW.
Oh God, I got a lot to say about this part. Holy shit.
The whole-
Oh God.
Here, I want to go after Deathlock, by the way.
Why? Fuck you.
But
That's not the
one-
order goes. Beat my ass. I go
Why have
next.
I been always the last one?
Yes, fuck you.
The part that sold me the most about
You
the
were
match,
involved in the
though,
match brutality.
was
You were the drummer.
emotion.
Of course.
In this one is an emotional value.
Made me shed a
I'm-
tear.
Honestly, I'm not going to grade this one because the emotion spoke for itself.
So you're not giving. You are refusing to give this the longest match on the card a score.
See, that shows how bad it was.
I mean, like I said though, the emotion part is what sold me on it.
Like,
There's not, so far, what we've discussed, all these matches I liked. It was just, this match is the emotion that I can't really grade.
well, like I had fun with it too, but I have a grade for this match, and I really didn't want to have to grade the match the way I did. But regardless of it, all right. So we get a no rating from Deathlock. Hybrid, what are your honest opinions?
Ooh.
What are your honest
Oh
opinions?
boy, I'm gonna keep talking long so Brew doesn't get a turn. Oh boy, let's see. Oh god, let's see. The fact that the crowd chanted, "You still got it" after like 2 moves, that annoyed the fuck out of me because they always do that. Like when The Rock did a fucking roll up 2 years ago at fucking WrestleMania, they're like, "You still got it." What the? We did 2 moves.
You did a
don't use everything.
punch.
Yeah,
You did a kick.
Okay, fucking. It's obvious Sting's old, so he couldn't do much. So they had Triple H bump for him the entire time, just do all this shit, like him do his little turnbuckle move. But oh god, he was so slow. It was like punch, punch, scoop slam, run the ropes, punch, punch, suplex, run ropes. It was so lame. And then you had, okay. Here's another thing. Okay, oh, we're dead. Here comes old people. DX. And it comes up with the loud theme music, so it's like, oh, it's X-Pac and the New Age Outlaws. Awesome, great, cool. What are they gonna do? Shit, nothing. Okay, wait a minute. Uh-oh, Sting's about to lose. Fucking NW of all people, wasn't Sting feuding with them for the longest fucking time? Why would they come out to help him?
Wolfpack.
Why wasn't it like DDP and shit, you know, and Goldberg, the actual faces that were actually feuding with the NWO as well? What the? Why? Why? And then the fucking old people start farting around and fighting. Oh, Razor's gonna go for not Razor, fucking Scott Hall's gonna go for the fucking Razor's Edge. You know, backdrop reversal, Nash tore his quad, NWO's getting blown the fuck out. And then, oh damn, they eventually stop, and then Sting and Triple H start fighting again. Punch, punch, scoop slam. Wait a minute though, they got the sledgehammer, and Triple H has it. But then Hulk Hogan, of all people, gives the bat to Sting, and then they lightsaber battle, and then fucking Sting breaks the sledgehammer in half. Oh no, my sledgehammer's broken in half. What? What am I gonna do now? Fucking, and then fucking he uses the part of the sledgehammer that's still useful, you know, because he just broke down the middle. There was still like an extra few inches of wood he could hold onto with the sledgehammer, and he beats up and wins and beats Sting. He beats Sting. He beats Sting.
Well, at least they had the continuity of him grabbing the part of the sledgehammer you could still use as a weapon.
That's the one good thing. That's it.
I mean,
You had Triple H defeating WCW once and for all.
I mean,
WWE wins. Oh, and Sting shaking Triple H's hand at the end. No, what does that have to do with anything? Why? Why is he shaking hands? Why?
I have to disagree.
I'm asking you, Alec, why? Why are they doing that?
Show of
Why?
respect. Show of.
What respect? Oh, cool. You had your team. Oh, I completely forgot. You also had Shawn Michaels super kicking for no reason. Why? Why?
He thinks he's cute. He know he's a big sexy rebel that just beat WCW.
Where did he come from? Oh, I'm gonna super kick you and then stare at you, WrestleMania style. Or stare at you like when I kick Daniel Bryan in the face. Or stare at you when I kick under. Or stare at you when I super kick you because I'm Shawn Michaels, the bearded asshole who hunts stuff. That match is the worst match, and it got the most time.
It got the most time by a long stretch.
If it would have been like 10 minutes, fine, whatever. But I think they had the most elaborate entrance out of anybody.
Oh, without a doubt.
Especially, oh my god, Robot Conan, Triple H. Oh, fuck. And for some reason, Triple H bruised like a motherfucker, like a fucking shitty banana. And so did Sting, too. They had a bunch of big-ass bruises for a reason. Oh, that match was...
Well,
why?
I'm not going to disagree with you on much with this, because that is sadly very accurate. But you can't give the blame on Sting. Sting can still wrestle. Sting is still decent. He's amazing for his age.
I am Sting.
Well, like early,
it was why it was. The match should have been called "What the fuck?" The match.
NWO versus DX. NWO versus DX is what it turned out to be.
And Sting wasn't even part of NWO. Those people that were associated with
Wolfpack.
NWO were like,
Wolfpack.
he was in NWO for
Wolfpack.
like 2 seconds. Or people were like, wait a minute, the NWO is black and white, Sting's black and white. They're part of the NWO together, huh? Huh, mommy and daddy?
Yes, son. They were part of the NWO together.
I think.
Oh my
I
God.
can't remember that far back.
Oh my god.
So your rating?
It's so bad. Fuck. The only thing I got was the novelty out of the old fossils fucking each other up. Even then it wasn't that great. And then the handshake at the end. Sting hates you.
Why the
He doesn't
fuck would they
respect
do
you.
that?
Why would you do that? He hates you.
Because it makes him look like a bitch if he doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
I know it doesn't. That's the excuse I was hoping WWE
It's a damn
was hoping you'd
excuse!
buy.
And it doesn't help that Triple H shits all over Sting later.
Oh.
Oh my god. It makes no sense.
Yours?
Like they should they should have had a brawl right then and there. I'm gonna shake your hand. No, it's fuck you. I'm not gonna shake your shitty hand because you're an asshole, and I'm still gonna hate you, and you're a piece of shit. Come on, NWO guys that are suddenly my friends. Let's beat up these old fossils too, because we're old and shit.
I would have been fine if he would have just shook his hand and then dragged him into a Scorpion Death Drop. I would have been...
Yeah, I mean, he has the strong... But his Scorpion Death Drop killed people. Like, Survivor Series. Like, what's Shawn Michaels? He was like an assist and like Marvel or something, you know. Like Triple H is in a combo and then super kick out of nowhere. Combo.
Is
that all Shawn Michaels is good for nowadays? Is random super kicks?
He's Phoenix Wright, and he's not doing an assist, but just one of his all attacks is just having a freaking prepubescent Shawn Michaels just come out and flail around.
Yeah, flail his feet around. Super kick out of nowhere, just because he's Shawn Michaels.
Shawn? So your overall rating of the match, since I know you love it so much.
2 out of 10. Reason I give it 2. 1, I can always get a chuckle out of old fossils beating the fuck at each other. 2, fucking, that's 1 point. The other point that makes 2 is Triple H's face after the sledgehammer breaks, because he's like, my sledgehammer! My sledgehammer! Before he gets a brain and like, oh, I could use this end.
Oh no, what is Stephanie gonna slither out from under the ring with now?
Oh my god. But that match was horrendous. In fact, it's the longest match on the card. Oh my god.
Brutality, what are your insightful thoughts on this match?
So, I give it a 1 out of 10. The only reason I'm giving it a 1 is that the guy I wanted to win won.
Why did he win?
So, if you want another better points to why I gave it a 1, watch the match. That is it.
Also,
It was. That's all you need to say. It was so bad.
Sting's first match in WWE, he lost. In the shittiest
God.
way possible.
It's okay, Hybrid. It's okay.
And okay, now when they eventually do Sting vs. Undertaker, I've been wanting to fight you. Why didn't you fight me last year? Triple H was there, and he beat me. So why are you a threat? I won a lot in WWE. You won 0. Because, yeah, that's why. Yeah. Because I want to fight you. But I don't want to. Fuck you, that's why you're a bitch. Let's fight!
Oh, I give the match a very, very high rating of a 5. And I give it a 5 for the fact that the beginning of the match, if it would have continued at the beginning of the match with the actual wrestling, that was fine. I enjoyed that. The Stinger Splash got me hyped. The entrances were nifty. And that is me reaching for compliments. This is the match that you should have taken 5 minutes off of, given to the ladder match, and I would have loved, and it would have been so much better. They didn't do that, and
Triple H.
I am the biggest Sting apologist in here. I am the biggest Sting apologist I think I know, and I still can't move myself to say this match was good. I had fun with it, but it was not a technical or great wrestling match. It was a match I had fun with. Oh, why did this have to be 18 minutes?
We were thinking about the same grade for it.
Why did this match have to be 18 minutes and 36 seconds? I mean, damn it, why could you not have taken 20 minutes off of the 40-minute promo and added to this match? At least I would have some...
Oh my god, is the promo next?
No.
Oh, thank Christ, because that make it even more stupid.
No. The next match, AJ Lee and Paige defeated the Bella Twins by submission.
Also known as my lesbian couple, my fanfiction, my shippers,
What?
AJ and Paige.
Was this AJ Lee's last match
It was.
With
I will miss her.
with the company?
Sadly.
Woo, what a way to go out.
Yeah, what a way to go out. You don't get the actual submission. Or did she?
She got it.
Oh, she did get the... All right.
You
So-
do something your husband cannot do.
Oh.
Lay on your ass half of the match.
Oh, God. Okay. Build up to this match.
I loved it. It was amazing.
There was build-up?
Brutality.
Yes.
Do you want to take this one?
Yes, AJ Lee returning was the greatest thing all year. I loved it so much.
What did
I'll
she
miss
do
her.
exactly?
But-
I forgot.
But she wasn't Brian
She came
Kendrick.
back to... Fuck off. She came back and saved Paige from getting beat up from both the Bellas.
That did happen. Okay, I remember
that it?
now.
Is that the build-up for WrestleMania?
Basically.
Paige dressed up like a fairy.
Oh, with the
Wow,
rosebuds.
that's some great
That-
build-up. I'm
that
so
was
hyped
great.
for that match.
That
Woo, boy.
is about it.
The boner that gave
Yep.
me was tremendous.
Good to know you have those.
Of course.
That was it.
I'm glad we can hear the boner over the podcast.
Of course. See, something has to be hard after it breaks in the Triple H Sting match. Oh.
My heart broke that match. So did my patience.
Deathlock. What do you think? The 6-minute and 42-second match.
I agree.
I thought of more of a shit break. Overall, from what I did see, because I was taking a shit break during it, the action I saw was somewhat of a nice match. Then, shit, what am I kidding? I'm just gonna jump straight to it. 5 out of 10.
That's really generous.
Yeah, that is being very, very generous. Overall, it should have gotten like a 3 or a 4 from me, but just because generosity took over and I decided not to completely shit on this match.
Oh.
This was AJ Lee's last match.
So I shit during the match.
Oh, I think that's the best wording I could say for anything on this pay-per-view. That is the most accurate representation of anything I could think for this pay-per-view.
I didn't shit on it, so I shit during it. That's great. Hold on, I'm writing that one down. That one's good.
You're gonna write a book of proverbs. So, Hybrid, what's your opinion on the stellar 5-star classic?
Well, unlike Deathlock, I did the reverse. Instead of shit during it, I shat on it. It was a horrible, horrible Divas match, and Paige can do better. AJ was dead on the floor. Like, okay, on your last match out, okay, I'm getting the ropes up, knocked off. On the ropes, knocked off, up, dead, up, dead, up, dead, up, dead, up, dead. Then, Paige getting worked over by the good Bella, Nikki, and the shit show of Bella Brie. Brie! Daniel Bryan, you married the wrong one. You married the bad wrestler.
Wait, Hybrid, I just realized the shitty WrestleMania theme was actually made for this match. Get up, get up, get up, get up, no. Get up, get up, get up, get up, no.
Fuck you!
You can
God, I'm gonna
take
go
a
back and listen to this, and I'm gonna hear all your shitty jokes and say fuck you out loud.
You can take a swing at my waifu.
Yes, ma'am. Oh, that's right. I got a pillow over their face.
Man.
Jokes aside, match sucked.
Yeah.
It was horrible. I think about it sucked. And then AJ gets a boast of strength with a hot tag and wins in a short amount of time. If they couldn't take time, look, they couldn't take time off the Triple H match. Cut this match. I know Divas change. Nothing's changed. Give Divas a chance. When you didn't give Divas a chance, especially AJ Lee, she got killed. But then again, if you would have killed this match, you probably would have added more time to the fucking Triple H match. So fuck.
WWE logic with the hot tag.
Yep.
Brutality, what did you...
The only thing hot about it was AJ Lee. She was hot.
Oh, I forgot. What did you give this as a rating?
Oh, fucking 3.5.
Do you agree with these guys, Brutality, or did you like this match a bit
Absolutely
more?
not. I am a huge Paige and AJ mark. No. I honestly, I love the match. I really liked the match. And you guys must go back and watch that match, okay? Maybe whenever it's my turn to pick what event we're going to watch, maybe I'll repick WrestleMania 31 just so you guys can watch that match. All right? We'll redo it.
He gave it a shitty one. He still gave it a shitty score. He rewatched it.
I don't know. I thought the match was really good. There was false finishes, which doesn't happen a lot in Divas matches. And Paige and AJ won. Bonus points. I give this match an 8 out of 10.
You know what else? Want to know what else doesn't happen? Divas matches. For good reason, too.
Yeah, AJ is not there anymore and Paige is injured.
So, for the fact that I want to give this...
Kayfabe-wise.
I want to give this match a slightly higher rating so that we avoid every 4 weeks when it gets to Brutality's turn that he continuously picks this pay-per-view every month until we agree that it's a great until it's a great match. I'm honestly gonna give it a 6 because it didn't have enough time to do anything that really impressed me, but with the time it had, it was bearable. And we did not see 7 old fossils coming out and just fucking Marvel vs. Capcom assisting. So, I give it a 6. It's just it's there. It was there. It did something, but I don't remember what it exactly did. Even after rewatching it, I still don't remember really much about it. And speaking of things I don't remember that well, the next match is a singles match for the WWE United States Championship.
Oh, that's
John Cena
Oh,
versus Rusev Crash. Rusev take giant tank into the arena. Rusev compete in WrestleMania.
That entrance was the fucking best. I don't care what you said. It was seriously the best fucking entrance in like WrestleMania history. I want to say that it's the best one. He came out with a fucking tank and shot confetti at people. It was still cool.
Oh great, he took D-Generation X's gimmick from 2007.
Right? Yeah, what the hell?
No, this was better than that.
This entrance was not that great.
It was not great. It was amazing.
No.
Too
See,
some.
you're just shitting on it because you hate Rusev. Fuck you.
Well,
I give the entrance
the
like a 4.
I guess
Yeah, 4 out of 5.
a 4 out of 4.5. Anyway,
Hey, John.
the build up for this show, or for this match, Cena loses to Rusev at Fastlane. Rusev defending here. What did you think of it, Deathlock?
Storytelling wise, old man Cena gonna whip young guy's ass.
You're
Yeah,
going
I know,
face to
right?
face with the man who runs the place.
Yeah, just I don't know. The build up was kind of like hit and miss.
Just like the rest of pay-per-view.
Yeah, basically. You know,
Yeah.
dog.
I got you, home slice.
So I must ask a question before you move on, though.
Yes.
Are we doing the promo after this match?
Was that a match? Because that's technically not a match. I don't
I
think
don't
we should
care
do it,
what
right?
you guys say. I'm
We can touch
fucking
on
talking
it.
about it.
We can touch on it.
No, I'm gonna touch all over it.
The fact that
I'm gonna
it
harass that pay-per-view.
the fact that it is
come on.
literally that promo was literally worth 3 matches on this card. Like if you add them all up, it deserves to be mentioned.
Okay.
So Deathlock, what's your overall score for Cena Rusev?
Overall score, I mean, Cena did debut his new springboard stunner, which I'm like, what the fuck? Why the hell? But I'm like, hey, I mean, whatever works for you.
That luchador, John Cena.
Oh yeah, definitely. The fans basically on both sides, but the match it seemed like it just dragged and dragged and dragged for 14 minutes 31 seconds. So, I mean, they had like what, one spot?
Did they have one spot?
Maybe one spot.
Does a pin count as a spot?
For John Cena, hell, why not? I give it a solid 5 out of 10.
5 out of 10. Hybrid, what do you got?
Well, I think we should mention before this U.S. channel match started, there was a Hall of Fame little recap they did. Oh, you know, the Bushwhackers, Zbyszko, Alundra Blaze, Tatsumi Fujinami, Rikishi, Swin Schwarzenegger, and Nash. It's, you know, it's pretty nice.
Was Connor the Crusher
They also
there?
threw out some- No, because he's dead.
Oh. Was Randy Savage there?
No, because he's also dead. But they did induct him, so it's nice. But,
Was
yeah,
Vac-
back to the match at hand.
Was Vacant there?
Shut the fuck up. No. But, yeah, the match was decent, I guess. Rusev came out with this grandiose entrance. Oh, God, it was the best monologue. Amazing.
It
was great.
It gets your tank running.
Yeah, oh, hell yeah. And then John Cena has this shitty little America! Fuck yeah! The entrance video, that was dumb. And then he proceeds to come out with his shitty blue attire. No America, nothing. Just shitty. And he gets his shitty little handkerchief out. Never give up! And then fucking, ugh. You're going for America, why are you gonna be blue? Do some America stuff. Match itself, eh. Rusev gets the distraction of, oh shit, I punched Lana in the leg, I guess.
And now
And then,
she's laughing.
Oh yeah, yeah, and then really shitty FU. 1, 2, 3. He leaves. Rusev goes, oh, and Lana's like, laughing at him. Like fucking. Oh, was there a Rusev crush in there? I forget.
Yeah, I think
There
I
it was,
think there was an
Shoot
accolade.
Yeah.
thrown.
was there? I don't know.
Because that's my favorite part about any Rusev match is the Rusev crush. Match gets a 5. Rusev didn't win. Entrances were amazing besides John Cena's.
So the one entrance.
The one entrance. That was the one good thing. Also, Rusev didn't look as much as a bitch like Bray Wyatt did last year.
Oh, yeah, so you're saying Cena didn't kill Wyatt, or Cena didn't kill Rusev as much as he did Wyatt last year?
Pretty much.
Okay, good. That tradition is starting to lessen now.
It's starting to lessen, but it's like if you're an up and comer and you're getting some heat or you're getting some positive, there's some Cena right there to stop you.
So that tradition of John Cena killing the new guys is slowly being is phased out to a lesser extent, whereas the Daniel Bryan doing something big and then just fucking up and dying before the next pay-per-view is getting stronger.
Unfortunately, yes.
Well, can't wait for next year.
I can't wait for fucking Daniel Bryan to die after he wins next year.
He wins.
He killed himself doing a diving headbutt.
He wins the Divas
Landed
Championship.
headfirst.
He wins the Divas Championship and then dies 20 minutes later.
Great. Can't wait for that.
All right, Brutality, what did you think of the John Cena-Rusev U.S. title match?
No, no. You guys were saying that Paige and AJ was the shit break. That was like, how long was the match?
14 minutes and 31 seconds. It was the...
That was a 14-minute long shit break. I came back for the ending. I saw the springboard stunner. And then John Cena wins, so I was happy that he won. I'll give it like a 4. 4 out of 10.
When I first... When I was watching WrestleMania 31 for the first time, this match was boring. I was intensely bored. I don't even remember what I did during this match. I didn't remember anything about it. But when I rewatched it for this, I actually realized that it was a technically good. I'm not gonna say great. It's at the very lower. It's like at the very edge of being between mediocre and good. Technical match, but I still couldn't bring myself on second watch through to really care. It was technically all right, but no one's gonna remember that because it did not really matter. No one really cared. It's an odd match for me. I have to give it a 6.
When was the U.S. title ever relevant, though?
When Dean Ambrose held it for a year, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Where he did nothing with it.
He defended it at house shows. I'm maintaining that.
Doesn't count!
I am maintaining that. He beat MVP's reign by being a cunning bastard and only defending it like once or twice at house shows.
What a heel.
What a heel.
Wait, what are we at now?
Now we are at... did the promo happen now or did the promo happen after this
Yeah, it
match?
happened right after the match.
All right.
Are you sure? I thought it was no, you're right.
All right.
It was the promo.
So we get one of the greatest matches on this card. The entire audience versus Triple H, The Rock, and Vegeta. Who wants to
Ronda Rousey?
Who wants to talk about this? Because I have nothing to say.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
I don't hate it.
About what?
I didn't like it though.
I'm sorry, my mic fell off. What happened?
Well, how do you... Hybrid. We introduced this match as being freaking the crowd versus Triple H, The Rock, and Vegeta. What do you think of... What do you and Deathlock, since you guys are the ones that have more to say on this than I do, because I have no idea what to say, about this
Hold on.
40-minute promo?
What do I have to say about it? Well, fucking...
Where's Mick Foley?
Yeah, where was Mick Foley? I would have preferred Mick Foley.
Yeah, God, I
It
would
was a
have...
fucking train wreck.
I would have loved
It
the
was-
fucking Mr. Sacco fucking on
Exactly.
anyone in that ring.
This was literally... Why? The fucking promo. Why?
Why the match? Why the match promo?
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Fucking Triple H is all back in his suit like, I'm a fucking big ass asshole. Look at me, I'm a fucking fag. And Stephanie's like, look at the fans! Look at all of the fans in the crowd! 76,000 fans! Yeah! And like, I feel smell comes out, and the crowd's like, yeah, Rocky! hold on, let me do my old shtick that doesn't work anymore because I'm 40 and I look like shit and I'm not cool as I used to be. Hashtag butts and faces. Hold on, let's talk some shit. Let's get some Ronda Rousey out here because I can't slap you back, bitch. Because I'm a man now and this is not the 2001 where I can rock bottom the shit out of you. Let's get Ronda Rousey out here. Okay, she can beat you two up, and she has Vegeta, and her power level's over 9,000. Yeah. Okay. Talk 70 minutes, talk some shit. Get out of my ring, you bitch. Yeah. I think she, bitch. Yeah. And then fucking, Bo Dazzler to Triple H by Ronda Rousey, and then she gets stabbed man in an armbar and like just walks around for a little bit, and then chucks her like some trash, and then it's like Rock is like says a stupid one-liner, and then he raises her hand, and then if your smell plays, it's like, why did it, like I explained that in about 3 minutes, and I got and it took them 40 minutes if I remember correctly, 40 minutes to do that. The entire thing. Which in a WrestleMania. Why do they need a Raw promo at WrestleMania? God, why can't you have done that in the pre-show? Why now? Why kill? You could use that time for something else. It would have been 20 minutes. Gave each and every other match some more time. There's a lot of matches that could have used it, but no. Triple H and his big ass nose had to talk. Stephanie McMahon and her gap tooth boobs had to talk. Rock had to come out and say something no one cares about. They had to show Ronda Rousey that butter fucking face I could probably kick my ass, do nothing, and just say a few words like, I'm the female Brock Lesnar. You know?
With a slightly lower voice.
But yeah, fuck that segment. Fuck that part of WrestleMania 31. That's the worst fucking thing ever. At least WrestleMania 30 had the whole, and it was at the beginning too. The whole promo they had was with Rock, Stone Cold, and Hogan. It was at the very beginning. Fine. The fact that this was in the middle of the show, taking time for everything else, and then Rock, Hogan, Austin was short. It was in 40 fucking minutes. Horrible. It's a negative 10 out of 10.
Minus 10 stars.
If I could put more than that, I would.
I think you're shitting on that a little bit too much.
You are.
I don't know how to, like, yes, should it have been shorter? Yes. Did I hate the segment? Not. I didn't hate it.
I didn't hate it either.
I mean, I didn't understand why it went so long, but other than that, I got a fucking huge kick out of the Vegeta fucking, like, and especially because earlier in the day, I remember you guys were watching, fucking someone, like, you guys saw, what was it, Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods, like, a day before or something?
Oh,
And
yeah.
you guys were laughing your ass off, and we were all laughing our asses off about, my Bulma! And then fucking, I saw them bitch slap Rock, and I was like, my Rocky! Like, that made me laugh just because of, like, linking that. Otherwise, I didn't really care, like, about really anything in this promo. Like, I thought it was novel. I thought it was just
You're
like,
shitting on it.
I thought it was just Triple H versus Sting. Like, it was fun, but it wasn't anything like really worthy of writing home about. It was just all right. Like, I didn't care as much.
Oh, come on.
Well, what
It
did
needed
you?
to be 40 minutes.
Hey, you want my input?
It did not have to be 40 minutes. Deathlock?
Alrighty. Here's my input on it. Ronda Rousey, 10 out of 10.
Okay. That explains basically Deathlock's opinion on everything involving Ronda Rousey, Vegeta, and The Rock. Do you have anything to say about it, Brutality? Because I think I'm on the same page as you, is that I don't really know what to say.
I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I don't know why it went that long. Yeah, I think me and you're on the same boat. I didn't have too much of a problem with it now either.
I don't really, like, it shouldn't have been that long. Well, I'll just leave it at that before we go on to this next match. The co-main event. The Undertaker making his long-awaited WrestleMania return to fight the man who single-handedly promo battled himself for months, Bray Wyatt.
In the daytime.
In the daytime. With zombies.
Why?
With zombies.
Why?
Or scarecrows.
lose?
Or... I don't know. I don't remember.
There were scarecrows.
Scarecrows, okay. In the daytime, yes. And that is the thing that I'm going to say, that was the thing I hated most about this pay-per-view. The time of day for a lot of these entrances was, like, the time of day that these entrances, these should have been either indoor or at, like, in a darker atmosphere. Because this Bray Wyatt entrance had the potential to be fucking amazing if that would have been done at night with dark lighting.
Well, no. I actually like the Bray Wyatt's one at dawn, where it's like all orangey and shit, because it makes sense.
But
it worked.
It was
the Undertaker's that didn't work.
It still was. I still felt like these entrances were too light at this point. The only time I really liked the entrances when it was actually getting dark was with the main event. This did not have good lighting, and again, I felt like maybe it would have been better if Sting's entrance would have been done with like those drumming guys. Maybe if that would have been done in a darker room with like lights shining on them or something. Something to give it some sort of ambiance, something to make it cool. That was
lighting.
Yeah. But this pay-per-view did not have any of that until the main event. I hated, I would have loved to see Bray Wyatt's entrance like the night on Raw, inside with dark lighting. I would have loved to see that.
See, I don't think Bray's Wyatt entrance would have worked. I think it was perfect with the daytime being not just like bright day, but it was like dawn going into dark, going to night. It worked, because I know Bray Wyatt's entrance is dark, spooky, ooh. But if you look at his vignettes he had before, it was all daytime. Just he was being generally creepy in the daytime, and it made sense because he's not. I come from the shadows. Ooh, it's more. I'm a weird cultist redneck motherfucker, pretty much. And he doesn't need dark. If anything, he needs not bright sunlight, but dawn, dusk, orange. That kind of hue, and it worked great. It didn't make sense why he had the lamp until he started walking closer to the scarecrows, when they started coming to life because of the lamp. And he started touching them. It was amazing.
Like that was
Undertaker, on the other hand,
Undertaker, the dark demonic phenom,
who comes from the darkness
in the lights. Also,
I wish he would have started melting.
Also,
it burns.
Did they abort? Did they originally have plans to have him come out with the "When the Man Comes Around" by Johnny Cash? Because I felt like they were
in speculation.
I felt like they were building up to that with the promo and everything, and then I'm just sitting there like, okay,
wait till next year.
Oh, okay. So I do have to give him his due. The Undertaker looked good. Physically.
Yeah, he looked better than he did last year. For fuck's sake. Though, he probably should have stayed kind of bald, because that bald spot, oh boy, he had some cul-de-sacs like a motherfucker.
However, I actually have to say, I think this match had, people shit on Bray Wyatt. Everyone shits on Bray Wyatt. Or some people really love him, some people really hate him. I give him credit, because I don't think anyone else, except maybe Paul Heyman, could have pulled off doing what Bray Wyatt did. And having to promo with himself to keep the feud going. I don't think anyone else could do it, except maybe a few people, potentially Sting. Well, Sting wouldn't show up that often either, so fuck that. Maybe Dean Ambrose or Daniel. I don't even know if Daniel Bryan would have been able to kept anything interesting with him. I don't know if Seth Rollins.
Jericho.
As much as I like Dean Ambrose, I don't even know if Dean Ambrose could have done it. I give Bray Wyatt
barely did it.
He barely did it, but he still did it, and I still give him a lot of credit for that. But actually going into
he was basically saying the exact same stuff over and over again. It wasn't anything new. It just rehashed.
Yeah, but he still did, but he still added some stuff to it, like with the chair and with the lightning. Like, they still did stuff.
Yeah,
to make
that wasn't him talking. That was gimmicks added to him talking.
Yeah, but it was still
No.
only him. There still
when
was
it,
no
when
Undertaker.
it was him talking, the content of it was the exact same thing he said the first week. It was just because he had different gimmicks.
Well, yeah, but
Like without the gimmicks, it would have been the exact same thing each and every week.
well, yeah,
The
but
fact
that's
that he had the gimmicks
but-
was able to distract people long enough.
but that's what you do. You can't add too much more story to it because you couldn't add any more story without making it look cliched and, oh, Undertaker, I did something bad to you, and now I'm gonna promo about it. No, you can't do that. You basically all.
I wasn't saying that, but you can't be like, Undertaker, I'm the new face of evil. I'm the do this. Okay, well, what do you got to say next week? I'm the new face of evil. Look at me. I'm gonna dethrone you. Okay, what are you gonna say next week? The exact same thing I said the week before. Can't you at least change it up? No, I'm gonna fucking come on a casket.
Well,
Still say the exact same thing.
he changed up the way he said it, but he didn't change the content, and that's because you couldn't really change the content because he didn't have much to work with. He didn't have a guy to do new things to give him new material. He just had to go with what he had, and he still pulled it off to an extent. I mean, he didn't do it spectacularly, but he still did it. And that's more.
I'm not gonna put him above guys like Dean Ambrose just because he's able to say the exact same thing each and every week with a different gimmick each time. I still think he at the beginning, yeah, but he was good. You know, he was great on the promo. And I was like, you're kind of just rambling on about nonsense at this point.
Isn't that as good?
You know, and you're not really achieving what you say you're gonna do, so it adds less credibility. So that doesn't really do anything for you. The only person you really have been able to convert to your shit is Daniel Bryan, and he was basically faking at that point, just to be an asshole to you, and he beat your ass. Great. Like, Bray Wyatt needs to be successful once.
Yeah, I mean,
And the only time he was successful was against Dean, and that was because of TV.
well, his booking is basically the same as the Undertaker's booking, except he's not beating people like the Undertaker was. Otherwise, if aside from the win-loss records of these guys, they're honestly getting the exact same build. The almost
But
exact same
Taker
build.
won, but that's the difference. Taker won, so it added more credibility. Bray Wyatt loses. How can you be a demonic, fearsome, put fear in the eyes because you're all your weird shit if you lose all the time? If you can't pull through what you say you're doing, it doesn't make sense. Undertaker won. He was able to do what he said he sought not to do. What Paul Bearer said what Undertaker was going to do. He won. He was able to pull through. Bray Wyatt doesn't. So what the fuck? I mean, this match could have been the turnaround. He could have, beaten Taker.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't.
And, and at this point, it's like, oh shit, he beat Taker at WrestleMania.
He should have beaten
pulled through
Taker.
Yeah, he should have beaten Taker.
Taker
He's
didn't
finally
need
put
the
what
win.
he said. No, he didn't. But he's dead.
I guess I can agree with that on the extent that Bray really did need this win more. I mean, it was a good match. I enjoyed the match. The match was fun.
Can we get to the ratings? Shit like that. Deadlock.
Deathlock, what do you got?
Alright. Me, I did this based on what I thought was the entertainment part. I've got the whole Taker pulls out the 2004 looking attire. He looked like he was in good shape. There was a few tombstones, and there was really good selling.
We might want to also mention that Bray Wyatt went into this match injured.
Yeah, he had something wrong with his ankle or something. But for a 15-minute match, I give it, just for the fact as hell they tried, I'll give them a 10. The thing that
That's a
almost,
perfect match.
That's rather generous.
yeah,
That means it's a perfect match.
the thing that would, which
What do you
I'm
give it?
That's
in
10.
between on it. I'm in between on it, just for the simple fact is, along with what we were saying earlier, the mood lighting, there was like really nothing there beside Wyatt's. If I would have played that into it, I would have given it an 8.5.
Okay, I mean, that's. I guess I can understand
You gotta
that.
think though, I'm judging this by my entertainment value to it.
Yeah, how much
This
you enjoyed it.
one-
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed this match a lot too. Like, if I was doing it purely on my own entertainment value, I'd probably give this match like a 8 or 9 because I really enjoyed it. But I'm just gonna get mine out of the way. I give it an 8, just for the fact that it was a good match. And for being injured, Bray Wyatt did a great job, and for being as old as he is, Undertaker did a great job. It was probably one of the matches I probably enjoyed the most on the main card, honestly. So, Hybrid, what did you think of The Undertaker and Wyatt?
I've said a lot already, but let's see. Bray Wyatt carried that match. I think that's the first time I can ever say he carried a match. Taker, at this point, get your Sting match done. Hang it up. Like, you can't do what you used to do anymore. No. You can't. I mean, you should have given Bray his win. Bray should have won. Like, now, when Taker Sting does happen, oh, Taker won last year. You lost Sting. Now we're gonna be like, fucking Sting's awesome. He's not gonna be nice. But I think I figured out a way how to fix the entrance lighting. You know how, like, Bray Wyatt should have came out, right before it went dark. You're still light, but it's like that reddy orange light because the sunset. It would come out to that perfect. Then you would have a long enough entrance for Taker to come out in the dark. Great, it would have been fine. But back to the match. There was a few cute, cool spots. To be completely honest, I marked when Bray Wyatt did the little spider get up, and then Taker sat up.
Oh, that was
cool.
great. That was great.
That was cool, and Bray reacting was cool. But I don't think it would have been Bray to be like, whoa. It should be like Taker sits up, and then Bray does the spider. But it's not like Taker's like, oh no, the spider. You should have been like surprised. He should like raise an eyebrow or something.
Like, this guy's actually crazy enough to actually look me in the eye like he is now.
Exactly. That would have been way more cool. It's like Bray communicating like, I'm on your same level.
Like,
I'm someone you haven't fought before. I'm someone who's as magically crazy as you are.
Move over, has-been. I'm the real face of evil.
Yeah, I'm not Kane. I'm not your brother. I'm someone completely different.
I'm worse.
Who is matching you on creepiness. I'm worse. You sit up. I spider walk on your ass. I kiss you when I do a finisher to you. It's like there could have been somewhere like Undertaker tries doing his I'm the darkness gimmick the entire time of the match. I know, but Bray should one up him because he's the new guy now. He's the new, and better version of you at this point. When he did the tombstone, when Bray did the tombstone to Taker, that should have been it. That should have been 3 count.
I was really amazed they let him do that.
Yeah, they should have had Bray beat him that way, because then there's just this point. Because Taker's done. I give him one more year. I think he's done. But that should have been it. Because Taker's not the same person he was when he had the streak. This is Taker without a streak. He shouldn't be as strong.
Yeah, after
that should have been it. If Bray would have beat Taker with the tombstone, it would have all the losses Bray has would have been completely expunged. Wiped. He beat Taker with his own finisher at WrestleMania in the daytime. That would have been perfect.
Yeah, like the
But
last.
no, Taker had.
Yeah, the last time Undertaker was really good, like impressive in the ring, was probably. When was that?
Him versus Triple H 28.
Actually, I would even consider the match he did with Dean Ambrose to be his last match where he actually did some impressive athleticism before the Shield took him out, and then we didn't see him again until
30.
Yeah.
This match was.
Well, what do you give it out of 10?
6 out of 10.
Understandable.
There
Brutality.
were some cool spots, but with the way things were like happening, it's
It could have been better.
disappointing. It could have been so much better, but then again, that's how WWE usually is. It could have been so much better if they would have been smart and think. Then again, hindsight's 2020, and I'm just a fucking dude.
You're just a dude that's talking about it on a podcast.
Exactly. Join the club.
Brutality, what do you got?
I would probably, like, I don't know. The match was good. Like, I really enjoyed it. I didn't think I was going to. I was not interested at all.
I remember
I
you.
hate-
Yeah, I was trying to
I
get you
hate
to
old
excited for
Fox.
this. I was trying to get you excited for this, and it was so hard to do.
I do not like Bray Wyatt at all, but I knew he should have gotten the win. Just, it would make way more sense than having Taker win. And a couple of times, I really thought, you know what, Bray Wyatt is going to win. And whenever Taker got, like, the 3 count, the match went from, like, it being, like, an 8.5, but straight to, like, a 7. So that's my rating on it. It was a really good match. I really didn't know who was going to win, but whenever I saw him, like, win, it was just, like, heartbreaking. It sucked.
Okay, think about this image. Okay, look. Okay, you know how Taker at the end of the match when he won, the fireworks went off and it was dark?
Yeah.
Everything? Now imagine if Bray did that. He did this little, him on his knees, arms out, with Taker down on the floor, pinned, dead pretty much, in front of him. With all dark and everything, lights going off. Imagine that.
That would have had
been
a stronger
amazing.
impact. That would have definitely had a stronger impact.
That's a stronger image than Taker doing the thing he does at the end of every WrestleMania. No, that would have been a stronger image.
Agreed. It would have made him as a star. But
No, and
yes, go on.
Follow the buzzards. Like Bray saying that. Everyone's fucking like, oh no, oh god.
I did kind of think it was funny when during his when they did pan out to the audience for the one time at his entrance, you saw like a few people have their phones out, but because it was still light, you didn't really notice anything.
Yeah.
But now let's go to the match that I think everyone wants to hear our thoughts about. The one that got every single person in here extremely hyped. The match of all matches on this card. Brock Lesnar defending the WWE World Heavyweight Championship against Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins.
The only thing I've got to say about any of this is, told you motherfuckers, and you doubted me.
I doubted you.
Suplex City, bitch.
I will admit I doubted you. I doubted that they would do that. I did not think they would do it, but the more along I was in the show, the more okay I became with, okay, why not have Seth Rollins cash in?
I didn't doubt you that much, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm sitting
I
here,
knew what you were
I'm
saying
like-
was right.
I'm like, if Orton wins, he's going to cash in, and everybody else is all like, why would they do that and make the champion look weak and blah, 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 and I'm like,
Well, to be fair, Deathlock, we thought that before we knew the actual rule of the Money in the Bank briefcase, because that, I think, was the biggest surprise for me the entire night. Was I thought when he was going to cash it in, it would make it a one-on-one match. But apparently, if you cash in the Money in the Bank briefcase now, during a match, it becomes a multi-man. I did not know that, and when I found out that was how it happened, that is what really sold me on WWE's booking for this match. Because they knew how much backlash they were getting going into it, with Roman Reigns not being Daniel Bryan, or not even being on the level of someone like Daniel Bryan. Still has a presence, still has a finisher, still has moves that could in time get him over, but at the time people were not convinced he was ready, and with all that backlash he was getting for the Rumble. However, when it became apparent that Reigns could get pinned by Rollins to win the title, is when I think it all turned around, and that it just showed a genius bit of swerve, a genius bit of, we're going to take what everyone hates about this main event and make it so that it will make an impact on people.
Might I add, the money, like, for me, the Money in the Bank has always been WWE's get out of jail free card. You know, if something's not going right, put the fucking bank on a guy people like, and then oh shit, fucking our boys getting shit on. Money in the bank, go, get the fuck out there.
Well,
You know?
I would say I agreed with that, but I can't because it felt here like this was more planned. Like it felt that it was not just a Jack Swagger situation where it's like, we're gonna go, cash it in. We don't care about what happens afterwards. No, it felt like they had more of a plan in place for this.
It felt like it. They got lucky on that, but it wasn't, as we all saw afterwards.
What do you mean by afterwards?
We'll talk about it after we're done doing the WrestleMania 31.
All right, Deathlock, what do you think?
Alrighty. As I am... Okay. The whole, Rollins cashing in after Reigns has been taking a complete ass whooping. And the whole fact, through the match that I'm going to state is, Suplex City, bitch.
Suplex City, bitch.
Short comeback. Brock blades himself from the turnbuckle spot.
I think
Brock,
that actually might have been a hard way. I think he actually hit himself on the fucking buckle.
Yeah,
No, I don't think
yeah,
that was a blade.
I mean, you could, from the way we didn't get a clear look at it, but like, you know, like first instinct is like, hey, he bladed, like, it's like,
Yeah, that's
no,
right.
I'm thinking about it. You are right. He probably did hit the buckle on it. Other than that, the 4 F5s, whenever Rollins goes to cash in and all that, they're like, jump straight up like, oh my god, like, yay. And, I've got the, key point. Brock goes to F5 Rollins. Roman spears Lesnar. Rollins falls. And then catches Reigns while he's attempting to get up. Curb stomps him and wins.
In front of Roman Reigns' family.
Exactly. And this is going to be like one of the other ones. Do you guys think that this was enough for a 16-minute match?
Yeah, I actually thought this was enough.
I like this match more than I like the John Cena. I like this match more than I did his matches with John Cena.
Oh yeah.
Because his matches with John Cena were, this match had a bigger feel to me.
Not counting the Seth Rollins part. Not counting the Seth Rollins part.
Oh,
I think that this match was perfect, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
Every single thing. Every single thing was perfect, besides one measly part, which I'll get to in a little bit. But
Alright.
but I thought it was absolutely brilliant. The entire thing. I mean, the John Cena versus Lesnar, those were just ass whoopings that were drug out. This one, it was way more fast paced.
more back and forth.
Suplex City Bitch was different, to say at least. It was definitely different. Getting the crowd to start counting how many German suplexes, or just suplexes as a whole that Brock Lesnar did, I thought it was awesome. But the one spot that I hate more than anything is when Roman Reigns throws him into the turnbuckle. Lesnar is down for a solid 8 seconds, but then he gets hit with the spear a minute later and fucking gets up immediately. I don't know. I can't fucking stand it. That
You felt like you should have sold the
just
damage more.
yeah, I mean, I didn't like that. And then another thing, which I also didn't like, he ends up getting speared. Alright, he ends up getting speared again in the match, which he kicks out of. Fine, but he was down off of that spear for a little while. And then Rollins comes in and curb stomps him right as Rollins cashes in, and Brock Lesnar immediately fucking gets back up. I mean, just the inconsistency of fucking Lesnar selling, that pisses me off. But other than that, I thought this match was perfect. It was brilliant.
So if you guys all had to rate this, what would you guys rate it?
A 10 out of 10.
8 out of 10.
I would rate it a 9. Like, everything was great. You know, the entrances were good. Besides Roman Reigns' little fucking "Auga" in the middle. You know, fucking punches the floor and then fireworks around the entire arena. All kind of stupid.
I like that. I
yeah.
like that.
I like
I thought
that
it was
too.
cheesy as fuck.
I have to.
I
I
thought that was
well,
cool.
the red.
I thought Brock Lesnar's where he jumps on the ropes, he pulls back and the fireworks go off, and the entire stadium was grand, perfect.
Hybrid. This was the same pay-per-view though that had Arnold Schwarzenegger in Triple H's entrance, random ass white and black face painted, and Asian men drumming
I
for
already gave
Sting's
my
entrance.
opinion on those. I
The
already gave my opinion on those.
the
No, no, no.
giant
There's-
Rusev cannon of
Look, there's a difference between stupid as fuck, dumb shit, like the WrestleMania, we're back, no shit. Then there's the super awesome tank, and then there's Auga punch fireworks. You know, that I said it was corny, cheesy, right? I didn't say it was stupid as fuck. I didn't say it was cool. I said it was cheesy. I'm not a big fan of that. I also kind of said Brock Lesnar's fucking fireworks are great too.
oh yeah, his word.
You know, those were awesome.
That was the first time of the
Okay.
night when I enjoyed the lighting.
And also, I think Brock Lesnar was allowed to go harder on Roman Reigns than Cena because Roman Reigns is wearing body armor.
Yeah.
Like I noticed he was kneeing the shit out of him. And when fucking Roman Reigns like kind of stiffs Lesnar a little bit, you could see Lesnar get pissed and clothesline the shit out of him on the apron. Oh my god, I was like, fuck yeah, beat the shit out of him. And he was beating the shit. I didn't like how Roman Reigns was laughing. Guys like chucking it off like, I'm getting my ass kicked, but fuck you. Kind of sucks.
Well, that's kind of a typical hero thing, though. Is like you're getting your ass kicked, you have nothing else you can do but laugh, or you have nothing else you can do but respond in this particular way. That's just a typical trope of being a hero.
Not all the time.
Well, it fits with his mild smugness.
He is a smug asshole, fucking.
There was once a little story
Also-
about a little boy named Roman.
Speaking of Roman, I think I figured out the ending song for this anyway, fucking. Oh god, what else happened in that match besides suplexes? Oh, I love seeing Roman Reigns with the
Suplex,
fucking
suplex,
shit.
suplex, punch, suplex,
Oh
punch.
god, he was getting the shit beat out of him.
Suplex,
This-
suplex, punch.
I didn't like Roman Reigns' shitty comebacks for like Superman punch, spear. 'Cause it's like, cool, you're doing your moveset. Superman punch and spears. That's it. Like, those moves suck. Like, they're bad.
His spear's not that
Brad,
bad.
I like him.
Well,
I honestly like him.
Granted,
They're just
his
moves that
spear
you can hit
is
out
one of the
nowhere.
better ones. Yeah, but the Superman punch, I think, is stupid. I think the Superman punch is stupid.
Well,
I like
I don't-
how it's not strong. I really like how it's a very weak move.
it's better than the
It's
five knuckle
incredibly
shuffle.
weak. I think it's better than
Yeah.
the shuffle. That move sucks. But then again, so is the people's elbow, and I love the fuck out of that. So, but
It's better than the worm. It's not better than the worm because the worm nothing will ever beat the
'cause
worm.
They all have theatrics. The only theatrics Roman Reigns has is cock fist. Oh, the fact that he cocked his fist for each and every punch was stupid. That was so dumb. It's like punch, punch, punch. If he would make the sound, I'd be completely fine. But the fact he doesn't, he goes boom when he punches. I would love it.
he
Great.
was just shotgunning him in the
Cocked his
face.
fist. I'm gonna cock my fist into your face. But
Man, that sounds like a fan fiction.
yeah, Seth Rollins cashing in was completely lucky on fucking WWE's part. Holy shit.
God, can't you just admit that
They
it's
dodged a bullet.
like that is
They
what
dodged a fucking bullet.
like
I don't believe WWE planned, but 6 months before the pay-per-view that Seth Rollins, you're gonna cash in right here on this moment because we know they're gonna shit all over Roman Reigns. I don't believe that for a second.
some people
I do not
some
believe
people
that.
that we
I do
know were saying that he was going to cash in that Seth Rollins was going to cash in at WrestleMania.
Yeah,
Like
but I don't fucking believe that it happened so perfectly like this. I don't fucking believe that. You can go suck a dick. I don't believe that.
you
That-
can't
We all know.
You don't
we all know
believe
we-
that?
you can't believe that.
No. We all know he was probably gonna cash in at Mania. Fine, we all knew that. But how he cashed it in, how it completely saved WWE from getting shit on for the Roman Reigns train,
Well, you have to think about it, because what they did last year when they realized they fucked up with Batista is that they realized it and they fixed it. But then with Roman Reigns, if they really wanted to fix it in a better way, and with a different way, like if they didn't have this planned out, because honestly, when else were they going to have Seth Rollins cash in? They knew they were going to have him cash in at Mania, and they knew that.
But the fact that it was the way it feels like it was like a month ago. They're like, or 2 months ago. Oh shit, Reigns is getting shit on at fucking Rumble. Okay, let's try to get Fastlane. No, get them kind of back off this. But they all love Dan Bryan. Okay, cool. We got the shot for a month. Okay, now they're just complacent now. All right, let's hope nothing bad happens. Oh shit, Brock Lesnar re-signed? Fuck!
No.
Seth! Yeah? Good thing we have you, buddy.
No.
Okay, here's the plan now.
I fully disagree with that, because if you look at, they had to decide with this at at the Rumble, who could have won the Rumble and have gotten the reaction that Seth gotten for beating. If Bryan would have won the Rumble, then it would have been like no one would have liked it like at all. Like it would have been Rollins beating Daniel Bryan.
But Seth is a heel.
Yeah, but still, this was like they wanted the crowd to really feel impacted by what happened, and everyone would have been really butthurt.
Yeah, exactly. But he's a heel.
But there's a difference between
they
that.
Cheered Seth Rollins' heel, and they cheered him.
Yeah,
at
but
the end of the pay-per-view.
Yeah, but
they're not supposed to do that. They're supposed to be like either "Boo, you beat our guy," or "Boo, you're the bad heel guy." Not.
But Brock Lesnar got cheered.
Yeah, Brock Lesnar got cheered.
Yeah, because he was practically turning face at that point. Because they were pretty much turning face like a few weeks before the pay-per-view even started. Like, oh shit, Roman Reigns is gonna get booed. At least instead of having two boos, we have one go, yeah. You know, at least it would make sense at that point.
But
the
reaction for the cash-in would.
All in all, it ended up working. Just whether or not they had a plan or not, they ended up. It ended up working out. It worked. That's the main thing. It worked.
It worked out for that moment at least. I mean, the way that they had the triple threat thing, and Brock didn't get pinned, Roman got pinned. It all worked out. They were probably shaking in their boots and they call thank Christ. Woo!
I'm still personally believing that they were more confident on this than we give them credit for. But it turned out to be spectacular. I mean, they got lucky. Like they changed their plans last year and it ended up being a big success. They changed their plans this year and ended up being a big success.
Hopefully next year they change their plans for an indie star too, because that seemed to be working really well. You know.
Yes, and
don't push your guy, set any guy.
Yeah, and they have no problem with that. They've done that these last ever since they've gotten weird reactions from like things like does anyone remember the reaction from John Cena Miz?
Ooh, I remember correctly.
Does anyone remember the reaction to Cena Rock 2?
I remember correctly.
They realized that they can have something happen, like someone win the Rumble, or someone win Money in the Bank, or someone do something so that they gain credibility, and that they can fix it so that they don't completely lose credibility, and someone else gets a major push from it. Like Seth Rollins gets a push, Reigns back in the world title picture now. It turned out about as well as anyone could have hoped, and it happened. It succeeded. I give it a 9 out of 10 because it had that payoff that made everyone feel good. Or
I give it an 8.
He gives it an 8. Wait, I thought you just gave
9. And
I was gonna say I thought you just gave it a 9.
Are we talking about the entire pay-per-view?
Oh, I was just talking about the main event.
Oh, I think we're almost about done.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with my pay-per-view analysis. Honestly, I'm gonna go with like a solid 8.
It had good. It had its bad, but I can agree with an 8. I'm giving it an 8 as well.
I just think that the main event just salvages so much. At least for me, so much. Like the rest of the card could have been bad, but the main event could have saved it. Like that's how much I loved it.
But the rest of the card.
Thing,
yeah.
A 7. The 8 was my revised for the main event. But yeah, fucking 7 whole. the entire thing, it's a 7 for me.
I give it a
9 or 10s
8.5.
are like amazing. You know, those like flawless. This is the 7.
Like, out of the last 7 WrestleManias, I think it was my second favorite of these last 7 WrestleManias.
I can go with that, yeah.
Because 30 was just was the perfect culmination of a lot of stuff.
That's a WrestleMania with build-up that worked out.
And this was one with bad build-up that still worked out well. Like the early matches on this card, like the first 4 matches on this card were great. Lost a little bit of traction in the middle, but then again it picked it back up with like Undertaker, Wyatt, and Rollins, Lesnar, and Reigns. This was a great pay-per-view. No matter how much we shit on some of the matches, it really wasn't as bad. It's just it could have been more with more build-up.
A lot more.
A lot more. It could have been WrestleMania 30 or WrestleMania 20, WrestleMania 21, with better build-up.
But hey, so far WWE's track record of WrestleMania so far is 2 good ones in a row. So let's hopefully they keep it up for next year.
And of course, with the rumored Shield triple threat for next year's WrestleMania, there's rumored for that for WrestleMania or for SummerSlam. Whenever that happens, I'm excited. If that's anything I can say I'm really happy about with Reigns, Ambrose, and Rollins right now, is that they all look like that they can be on track to make that match happen. And that match will sell.
Makes sense.
That match
Dean
will sell.
Ambrose won a pay-per-view match for once, so yeah.
Yeah, he's...
Think about their
Yes?
Think about their matches in FCW. They've done a bunch of triple threats together.
And then think about all their matches one-on-one. They've done well, except for maybe Ambrose and Reigns, but still,
Yeah.
they all have great chemistry with each other, so it will work out. So, our overall thoughts on WrestleMania? Good WrestleMania?
Good.
Good WrestleMania.
Yeah.
All right. After a lengthy first episode, we have finally reached the end of this episode, which means, and in case I didn't explain this earlier in the episode, we choose events for the show in the upcoming weeks based on a wheel. This was just one that we all agreed on for a first episode, but starting next week will be the beginning of the wheel, in which it will go Hybrid's choice for whatever event he picks, then it'll go to Deathlock, then it'll go to Brutality, and then it'll go to me. And then we'll restart at the after my pick to go back to Hybrid. So Hybrid, what are we reviewing next week?
Well, keeping it with recent pay-per-views, and I'm pretty sure you all know where I'm going here, we should take a look at Wrestle Kingdom 9.
Thank God.
The
Oh
big
my
New
God.
Japan event and the reaction from
Good
Brutality.
Wrestling.
Oh
Good
my
wrestling.
god.
And that
Why?
elimination.
No, don't worry, Brutality. You might recognize 2 guys from there. Maybe 3.
And the reason I chose Wrestle Kingdom 9 over like 8 or 7 is just due to the simple fact of JR and Matt Striker. It's very easy for people like Brutality to get into when they hear familiar voices instead of just Doigara, Doiro Soro,
Godzilla. Oh, it's Godzilla. It's Godzilla.
the bread, Doigara Basura, the Soro Boko. You know, it's a lot easier hearing Boomer Sooner, Shinsuke Nakamura. Did a suplex onto the floor. My goodness, my Striker.
Kind of like
Yeah, I
Lucha.
agree, Jim Ross. Those people in those other companies can't understand this great wrestling. Huh? I'm marking out, bro. Yeah, it's not easy.
Kind of like Lucha Underground with its Vampiro and Matt Striker.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I can understand that then. So you heard it here, folks. Tune in next week for our second episode where we will be reviewing one of the widely critically acclaimed New Japan pay-per-views, featuring Matt Striker and JR on commentary.
I think for this one of us should listen to the Japanese commentary because I'm pretty sure you'll get different emotion and different things out of each commentary.
Wait, only one of us?
How about this? I'll watch the Japanese commentary since I've already seen the English.
All right, I'll watch it in that as well, so we can have 2 people that have and 2 people that haven't.
We can get 2 different things. But hold on, Deathlock, would you want to watch in Japanese?
Yeah.
Okay, Radlock, you and Brutality watch in English.
Okay.
Yeah, me and Deathlock will find a schedule soon and fucking watch
I mean,
it.
we both watched it in English, so
Yeah, so yeah, perfect.
All right. Well, this concludes our first edition of the WrestleFriends podcast. I'm Ratluck1.
I'm Jibblebutts.
I'm Deathlock.
And I'm Brutality.
And we hope to see you next week for our our highly anticipated New Japan episode.
I'm tapping out. I'm tapping out.
Roman Reigns, the guy who is dressed in black. Roman Reigns, the guy who has got your back. Roman Reigns, the guy with a sweet goatee. Roman Reigns, a good friend to you and me. He will punch you. He will spear you. He will punch you.